VP Racing Fuels is proud to be a major supplier of fuels and coolants for the Championship Off-Road Series. VP makes the perfect fuel for every application, from Pro 4 trophy trucks, UTVs, and even tow vehicles and generators. Keep your engine running at peak performance and make more power. Try our new VP coolants to keep your off-road rig running cool. Available in Stay Frosty Race Ready formula, which is glycol-free and track approved. And Stay Frosty High Performance with freeze protection for street applications and colder temperatures. Visit vpracingfuels.com for more.
The Earth is 70% water and 30% land. But the entire sky belongs to us. Copy that. Aim high, Airman.
The miles take their toll on a truck and trailer. That's why we brought together a family of companies to the transportation industry. Blaine Brothers for 24/7 truck, trailer, towing, and mobile service. North American Trailer for 24/7 truck, trailer, tank, towing, and mobile service, including new and used trailer sales. Truck-Align for frame, suspension, and alignment services. Hydraulic Specialty for a deep inventory of pumps, cylinders, and fittings, plus custom hydraulic solutions. One family of companies. Everything you need for the road ahead.
Some give their weekends. Some devote their entire lives. All we need are the moments of courage, of resilience and ingenuity, devotion, integrity, selflessness and excellence. Full-time, part-time, in or out of uniform. All we need is the best of you. How many moments can you give?
Welcome, world. We are back. We are about to kick off some Ultra 4 racing. I am Miles Haskowitz. Alongside me, my good buddy from across the pond, Mr. Jim Marsden.
Hi, Mars. How fantastic to be here. It's my first time at Crandon.
To the big house. This place is amazing.
Absolutely. It's the first time here, and I cannot wait to get started. We've got the Ultra 4 guys about to come on track. We're about to show Crandon what we get up to.
Yeah, at first we're going to kick off with the 4900 Can-Am UTV class, and this is a little bit different than Champ Off-Road does it. We have three separate classes racing at the same exact time. We have the stock class, the Pro Mod, and the Open class. So it's going to be an amazing evening of racing, and then after that we have the Everyman Challenge class racing there, and it's going to be very similar to that. We have three classes as well.
We do indeed, but the biggest single difference between our racing and the Champ racing is the fact that we have rocks. And just check out the rocks here at Crandon. They've done a fantastic job here putting in these rock gardens for us to come and play on.
Yeah, we call it the Bronco Bowlers out front. And there's a great shot of our pack that's going to be taking off here very shortly. And in the pole position for the 4900 Can-Am UTV Open class is Jake Versey. And the 4900 Pro Mod class is going to be Paul Wolf. And then Johnny Greaves, a regular out here at Crandon, is racing with us as well. I was talking to a few of our stock class drivers where he's racing with, and they are just super stoked to share the track with Mr. Johnny Greaves.
Yeah, of course, he's an absolute hero and a legend around these parts. but we got some pretty fast guys sitting out there ourselves, and it's going to be really interesting to see who's going to get the whole shot as they make their way into the start.
Yeah, turn number 1, you see about 10 cars lined up, getting ready to take off. Again, there are 3 races going on at the same exact time, but they are scored separately. And then tonight we will do a quick interview with Tiffany Stone down there with the top 1 from each class. Again, it's the Open, the Stock, and the Pro Modified. I'll give you kind of a quick rundown on what those are. The stock production is an OEM chassis.
Yeah, OEM chassis using up to a 1,000cc engine, 33-inch tires.
You can run you have to have stock suspension points, but reinforcing is allowed. And then the Pro Mod is based on an OEM chassis, but aftermarket chassis are allowed.
Yeah, but they must be using stock suspension pickup points. Reinforcing is allowed, but they must run full front plastics. 1,000cc engine maximum, and aftermarket turbos are allowed.
And then the Open class is open just like we say, and you just kind of build what you brung. We got a lot of great cars out there on the course, so we'll kind of give you just a quick rundown on who's going to be out there on today's course.
But one of the biggest single difference between this and the champ races is the size of the tires that these guys will choose to use.
Because of the rocks.
Absolutely. Now, it's going to be incredible to see how the pace they put across these rocks. We're going to be seeing speeds of up to between 30 and 40 mile an hour as these guys come in. But it's not just hit the throttle and throw it across there. They've got to think about it, got to pick their lines. If these guys get a flat, their race is done.
So we have a lot of amazing racers out there on course. They'll be taking off here very shortly. We have Peyton Dumford.
Then it's Travis Zollinger.
Mike McClure.
There's Cody Quattenbaum.
Jeremy Blackburn.
Then Donnie Kellenberg.
Jacob Versey.
Then Jamie McCoy.
Paul Wolf.
Now, Paul Wolf, we'll come back to him in a minute. But Aaron Lynch.
Matthew Walraven.
Then we have Tyler Rimmereid.
And his dad, Todd Rimmereid.
And then Brandon Anderson.
Dustin Robbins.
Then Josh Owen.
Cameron Zollers.
James Cantrell.
Thomas Ram.
Then Aiden Gilbert.
Carson Atkins.
Chris May.
Rob McCullough.
Garrett Toombs.
Brian Hamby.
Then Levi Metzinger.
Bill Hilliard.
Patrick Murray.
Mike Park.
Tyler Gibbs.
Ryan Rockhold.
Jason Sush.
AJ Stratman.
Ian Boyce.
Logan Kuntz.
And then we got Brian Stone.
So we have a full stacked field out there, just shy of 30 UTVs that'll be racing out on the same course, all at the same time. It's going to be a wonderful time here in Crandon at the Big House. We need to give some of our sponsors some love. We have Can-Am, Ford, Bronco, Monster Energy,
Optima Batteries, 4-Wheel Parts, Progressive Insurance,
King Shocks, Lasernut, Griffin Race Radiators,
VP Racing Force, Nitto Tires, Holly EFI, and of course, King of the Hammers.
Amsoil, Method Race Wheels, Axial RC Cars, PCI Race Radios,
Spider Tracks, Recaro Seats, and Baja Jerky.
Off the Grid Clothing, MBRP, Yukon Gear and Axle, HCR, and Warren and Factor 55.
ARB, Rigid, Brannick Motorsports, Tread Lightly, and Action Sports Canopies.
And these are the official sponsors for Ultra 4 Racing.
Now, these guys, they're all lining up down here, and they are so desperate to show you what they can do with these machines here at the Big House.
And this is going to be a wonderful day. We are running the entire short course and short course only, but something new you will see out there is the Bronco Bowlers, and that is the difference between these cars. The short course UTVs, you know, they're made for jumping. They're lower. They got the different tires, but now we're going to be going through the rocks.
Absolutely, and if you look at these cars, look how much taller they sit than the vehicles that we were seeing racing earlier today. You'll also notice some of them have a slightly narrower track. That's because when they're going through those rock trails at King of the Hammers, they need to be picking their lines and picking their way through.
And up to a 35-inch tire. It's going to be absolutely amazing. But don't forget, tomorrow night as well, we have the Ultra 4 Rigid Rage on the Rocks, and that's going to be out in the back. It's going to be all the rocks. It's going to be absolutely amazing. So tomorrow night, we kick that off at 7:15 and race, you know, all through the night. It's going to be amazing. There's a great shot of the Bronco Boulders.
There is indeed. There is multiple different lines as they enter these rocks, and they've got to be really careful. These rocks have already been pushed in through the weekend as they've been practicing on them, and if they get offline, it's so easy to pick up a flat. And as we were saying earlier, you get a flat, that's race done.
And today is our third and final race for the Ultra 4 Eastern Series. And in Eastern points, we have Paul Wolf, Justin Bars, and Dustin Robbins in the Pro Modified class.
And there's a great shot now. It just shows you the difference in sizes of the tyres. One car there sitting on 31s and another one sitting on 35s. That's the wonderful thing about this style of racing. You can dream it, you can bring it, you can race it.
And in the 4900 stock class is Matthew Walraven, Jeremy Blackburn, and Aiden Gilbert. And in the 4900 Open class in the Eastern Series,
we've got Stott Raymer, we've got Mark Welsh, and then Trey Price.
so it's going to be shaking things up just a little bit, and then we'll end up the year back at Mid-America Outdoors in Jay, Oklahoma for the national event, October 26th and 30th, through the 30th. It's going to be an amazing weekend there as well, so be sure to check it out. Go to ultra4racing.com/live. Go to the MAO app. We have that on Google and Apple, but we're also here at Crandon Off-Road and speedsport.com.
Yeah, we're just getting ready for the off now.
And tonight is a heat race, getting everything set up for tomorrow's gate pick. So tonight's just a heat race only, but lots of bragging rights yet to come. And then later on after this race will be the EMC classes. It's going to be a great show there as well. So I believe we're right on time so far, about 4 more minutes.
The drivers are going to be sitting down there now. They've got their helmets on. They've got their pumpers switched on, gloves on. The sweats are starting to build. The nerves are starting to build. Hearts are starting to pound hard. They'll be watching the engine temperatures, making sure their voltages are all good. Too late to change anything now. It's all about that green flag.
You know, they're super excited. You see everybody there, you know, they're belted in, the helmet's on, the visor's up so they can breathe a little bit, but it's about game time. And they're going to be throwing it in to the Forest County Potawatomi Turn 1. And this is a bucket list item for a lot of people.
It's a bucket list item for me, and I'm sitting in the top seat.
But it's just so great to have you back over here, buddy. Love working with you.
It's great to be here, Miles, and it's absolutely incredible to be here at the 54th Crandon World Championships and to be here representing Ultra 4 Racing.
And then on Sunday, we'll have the 4400 class racing as well with the Polaris Crandon World Championship of Off-Road. That'll be the 7th Crandon Red Bull World Cup, the Super Bowl of short course. Looks like we are about to take off for the 4900 Can-Am UTV race. This is going to be a one to watch for sure. There's Jacob Versi up front. Great shot of him. There's Travis Zollinger. And this is where the nerves start to shake there, Jim.
It is indeed. Just saying it a minute ago, the palms start to get sweaty. Your heart feels like it's about to burst out of your chest. The breathing increases. You want to leave pulling that visor down until the last second, but you don't want to leave it too long either.
They'll be heading into this corner over 70 miles an hour, I'll bet, for most of these guys and gals. Again, this is the 4900 Can-Am UTV race for Ultra 4 Racing. They'll be hitting the Bronco boulders in the front, but other than that, it's what you've seen all day long.
Now, you're in the second or third row of the grid here. You know that it's going to be rough in front of you. You know there's going to be dust. And here we go. There's the flag man. We are nearly ready. We are nearly ready to go live here in Crandon.
There's been so much amazing racing so far today, and it's only going to get better as we go through the night. And tonight, don't forget, the Class 11s are going to run as well. That's always a fan favorite. But me personally, watching the Pro 2s and Pro 4s, you just can't get much better. And we are about to take off, and there it goes. There's Carson Atkins, it looks like, with their early lead. And it is an absolute drag race as they get a little slideways as they're heading into Turn 1. And Travis Zollinger trying to get on the inside, but it looks like that is that Jamie McCoy out front with Carson Atkins right on his side.
It does look like Jamie McCoy has taken the whole shot there, making his way down through.
What a great race as they're heading in. Look how much air they are getting all over this race course. So much amazing racing action out there.
Like
there's Carson Atkins. There's Travis Zollinger on the inside. Remember, we have 3 classes racing right now. The Open, the Stock, and the Pro Modified.
They're making their way through the gravel track. Oh, big moment there for one of our drivers.
Carson Atkins still running super strong with Travis Zollinger trying to run him down. There's the 979 out there running strong. Oh, so I was wrong. That is not Jamie McCoy out front. That is the 979 of Jack Letourneau.
It is indeed. We both picked that one up wrong.
And then Chris May is right behind him, sitting in that second position.
Indeed, and just look at the pace of them as they come across this rocks. We were saying to you about 30, 40 mile an hour. That's what we're getting.
And that is awesome. And like I said, that's what makes Ultra 4 so much different is the rocks, and that is what they love to do. But I love that these cars can do a little bit of everything out on course.
Indeed, and the 979 of Jack Tournay already picking off lap traffic.
So our Leader is out front strong, but Carson Atkins is all over his tail. There's Can-Ams, there are Polaris, there's Yamahas out there, and they're fighting this little slippery track as they're going through the Cowboy Corner. This is the Progressive Crandon Classic, and this is the 4900 Can-Am UTV prelim #1 here Saturday night at the Big House. Travis Zollinger on the inside, running strong, still trying to take down Carson Atkins.
Making their way across those jumps there.
Ryan Hamby, Chris May, Hogan. Ooh, Zollinger gets a little crossed up off that jump, and that is a single seat Can-Am. There's the Polaris gravel pit. There's Mr. Paul Wolf. So he was having a little bit of trickery with the timing, but that is our leader, Mr. Paul Wolf, way out front. I apologize, I missed that one earlier. Look at those rocks. They are just absolutely blazing through. Paul Wolf is a rising star in the Ultra 4 world. He'll be racing in the 4400 race later on this week as well.
Paul Wolf now seems to be pulling out a commanding lead. This man is ultra talented. He's leading our points race on the West Coast and in the East Coast.
So we have 5 laps to go. This is a 7-lap race. Paul Wolf is
he looks
way
like he's
off
slowing
pace.
down. Yeah, it looks like he might have a problem here.
Not sure what's going on, so that looks like Carson Atkins is going to move into the lead.
Yep, that's Carson Atkins now. That white Can-Am, it looks like he's coming around there to take the lead. Closely followed by the 979 of Jack Letournay. Oh, we've got a real race on
look
our
at that
hands here.
side by side as they're heading back into the Potawatomi Turn 1. What a great race we have here at the Big House.
Oh, look at this, absolutely side by side as they pick their way through. Making their way over to Turn 2 now.
This is the 53rd Polaris Crandon World Championship.
And they're under yellow flag there as Carson Atkins makes his way through.
What an amazing day we have here, and the weather is absolutely beautiful, but I do hear a little hit of rain later on this evening. We'll see if that shakes things up for some of our races later on this evening, and could change it for the rest of the weekend.
Indeed, but our current leader is Carson Atkins. You can see him there in that white car, closely followed by Jack Letournay in the 979.
Oh, and it looks like
look
a
at
little
this.
inside corner there at the Cowboy Corners. They're heading into the Bronco Boulders. Carson Atkins really pushing strong because he feels the heat behind him.
Just look at the way they pick off those rocks. Absolutely effortless. Put these UTVs to work on those massive rocks. Oh, and that's our race leader. That is Carson Atkins. Hits the outside of the wall and comes through Jack Letournay to take the lead.
But a huge bicycle who's able to save it. He does lose a position, but at least he kept the car on all 4 wheels and still going. Looks like he gets past him.
Welcome to Crandon, Carson. And he surrenders another place as the 823 of Levi Metzinger passes on his way through.
So Levi Metzinger sitting in that 2nd position as we speak. So Carson Atkins, Jack Letournay, Levi Metzinger, Travis Zollinger, Jacob Versey,
Jamie McCoy, Dustin Robbins, Brian Stone, James Contrell, followed by Brian Hamby and David Fisher.
and Andy Ives, Tyler Rimmery, who just ended up on the podium in that last race, Tyler Gibbs, and Mike McClure.
I'm just looking here right now. It looks like Carson Atkins might also have a flat on that right-hand side front. So tough break there for Carson.
Levi Metzinger still running strong, trying to chase down Jack Letournay. Yes, right front flat
Yeah,
on
it's
Carson
definitely flat.
Atkins, you called that. Travis Zollinger trying to get the inside. It's going to be tough to run. We have 4 laps to go, Jim.
We do indeed. Travis Zollinger, of course, running a completely different looking type of machine as he out-jumps Carson there, making his way into the bends.
Travis Zollinger, Mr. Zollinger Racing Parts himself, is in a single-seat Can-Am custom built, but it is an absolute work of art as they're coming through the Bronco Boulders.
Travis is starting to pick up the pace now, starting to feel a bit more comfortable on the track.
And how awesome is it to bring Ultra 4 into the big house and just be able to come out here? Like I said, it's a bucket list for so many people just to come here and watch, but to get out on the track is something special for our racers.
Yeah, and our current race leader is 979, Jack Latourneau, as we're watching 0618 right now.
That is Aiden Gilbert. His dad, Casey Gilbert's riding shotgun. He'll be racing in the next race. No, he'll be racing tomorrow. He stepped into the 4400 class.
I was just about to correct you, but you called yourself. So there is the 979, our current race leader.
Passing Peyton Dumford. Her and her dad, Jarrell, are racing out there. That's so awesome to see the father-daughter team of Peyton and Jarrell Dumford having some fun out here in Crandon. But Letourneau is really turning up the heat.
Yeah, he's looking good there as he comes on through turn 1.
About a halfway through this race, the dust is starting to get a little bit thick after the Bronco boulders.
Just watching our current race leader there.
Looks like he's a little off
I
pace.
was just about to say, I didn't want to call it. You are right there, Miles. But don't forget, these guys have spotters. They could be sitting there and tell him, hey, you're happy, just hold your current pace.
And
but
with the flat tire, Carson Atkins is really keep pushing on.
Yeah, I think he might also have a broken ball joint there. Just seemed to be an awful lot of lean on that front tire.
So put
We'll
Levi
keep an eye on that.
Metzinger out front, I believe.
It is.
Followed closely by Travis Zollinger. Letourneau heading into the Bronco boulders. And again, tomorrow, make sure you tune in. We will be heading out to the Ultra 4 Rigid Rage on the Rocks. It's going to be one heck of a party. There's a live band. There's a lot more rock sections back there. It's going to be absolutely amazing. So
yeah.
Letourneau has left front
problems.
axle or something going on, so that's why he's off pace. Goes Jake Versey making the pass on Letourneau.
And there's Carson Atkins. He doesn't know when to surrender, does he? Still pushing hard there, even with that right-hand side front flap.
Getting around Garrett Toombs. Carson Atkins still pushing strong. We keep talking about that, but it's really tough because these rocks really take a beating on these cars.
They do indeed. Okay, we're watching the 979 there. Jack Latourneau. Now we saw he's had a problem earlier. Now it looks like the race is coming to a halt.
Yellow flag is out. We have a little bit of issues in the middle of the Bronco boulders, and as a full red flag, there was a quick fire that popped up. They were able to get the fire put out. It looks like they're working on it actively. Driver and co-driver are out of the car.
So it's safety first when it comes to racing.
Absolutely. That's just in all forms of racing. What a tough break that is, but like again, the Crandon safety crew out here does such an amazing job to keep everybody safe and sound. We've been working with them on the back side of things, cleaning up and working on building the course out back and everything. And the Champ Off-Road team here at Crandon has been a huge, huge help.
Yeah, they're absolutely second to none. Real, true professionals.
So let's kind of give a little regroup on where we're at out on course. Up front is Levi Metzinger.
In second place is Travis Zollinger.
In that third spot, Jack Letourneau.
And then in fourth is Carson Atkins.
And then it goes to Jacob Versey in that fifth spot.
And in sixth is Jamie McCoy.
In seventh position is Brian Stone.
In eighth is Dustin Robbins.
In ninth position, James Cantrell.
In 10th is Todd Remeda.
In 11th spot, Matthew Walraven.
And in the 12th,
so while we have a little break in the action, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back after this.
AMSOIL runs on freedom and has since 1972. We changed the industry by formulating the first API-qualified 100% synthetic motor oil. The rest of the market has been trying to follow our lead ever since. But a head start is a head start. We punish our products firsthand in our world-class laboratories and beyond, because some things can't be learned from a test tube. Run with us.
Some give their weekends Some devote their entire lives. All we need are the moments of courage, of resilience and ingenuity, devotion, integrity, selflessness and excellence. Full-time, part-time, in or out of uniform. All we need is the best of you. How many moments can you give?
Okay, and welcome back to the 54th Crandon World Championships here in Wisconsin.
And we just had a little fire incident in the Bronco Bowlers. Everybody is okay, so we're just getting the course all sorted out. But this is Ultra 4 racing for this 4900 Can-Am UTV class. We were talking about it earlier. We do have 3 separate classes racing all at the same time. We have the stock class, the Pro Mod, and the Open.
We do indeed. We've already seen some fantastic racing here. And we're going to be restarting very soon indeed.
979. Letourneau is our leader.
Okay, as we're waiting for things to get going here. Now, Miles, after this race is finished, we've got another Ultra 4 race coming in. It's going to be the EMC classes. Tell us a little bit about those.
Yeah, so we have 3 separate classes in that one as well. We'll have the 4500 Yukon Gear and Axle Modified class, the 4600 Spider Track Stock class, and the 4800 Brannick Motorsports Legends class. That is coming up next, but right now we are still in the 4900 Can-Am UTV class. And we are back off green light racing. And then we are back in the Bronco Boulders. There's Patrick Murray making it. Oh, there's AJ Stratman getting a little crossed up. And that just goes to show you how big these boulders are for some of these little UTVs. Up to a 35-inch tire. There's Mike McClure checking up, battling it out with Stratman. And Levi Metzinger is our leader out front, followed closely by Travis Zollinger.
Yeah, Carson Aikens, we know he's nursing that vehicle, but he's still holding a solid 3rd place, followed closely by Jake Versey. And here is our race leader. That is Levi Metzinger.
And he is out front in that Can-Am running strong, having a great time. I was chatting with him quite a bit this week, had dinner with him one night, and they're just super stoked to be here. And Mike McClure closes the door. There's Jeremy Blackburn coming in strong. There's our race leader pushing. He's already in that lap traffic.
The images keep coming on here from Crandon. There's Travis Zollinger making his way down through.
These cars are absolutely giving it all they got. These guys and gals are having an absolute blast.
There's another 22 car there making his way through.
That's Mr. Mike McClure out of Ness City,
Oh, look
Kansas.
at this. It's that
And
Travis Zollinger picking his way up through here. Look at that. Fantastic move there.
They head into the Polaris gravel pit. And Stratman's going all around on the outside. The fluff is out there, but it had a pretty good run. And there's our current race leader, Levi Metzinger, battling out with Jeremy Blackburn.
That looked like Levi might have a soft tire on that right-hand rear.
I think you're right. Look at it starting to spin up just a little bit.
Yep.
Looks like we are on the last lap. Checkered flag is out.
That's it. I think there that...
So did Travis Zollinger get around Levi Metzinger, possibly?
It does look like it has. It looks like our race winner is Travis Zollinger. In second is Levi Metzinger. And in third, Carson Aikens hang on for the 3rd position.
What a great race we had out there.
It's all going on the track there, Miles.
What? Oh, yeah, just there's so much action all over. And there's Levi Metzinger, our physical race leader that just won his race. Again, there are 3 separate classes. We're going to bring the top 3 up and have a quick chat. We have Tiffany Stone down there.
So now we just need to work out who the winner was from each of those classes. Get those down to Tiffany. She's going to be having a quick chat to those guys before we get the EM classes out here for the next race.
But what a great race that was. A little bit of drama right in the middle of that fire, but the Crandon crew and Champ crew did such an amazing job really quick to get the fire put out, and the driver, co-driver were safe. Everything was good. The safety equipment did their job, Jim.
It does indeed. We have rules for a reason, and that is our race leader, Travis Sullinger, making his way around the track. I'm not sure he saw the checkered flag, you know.
I think he missed it. Sometimes you get in the zone and just keep on rolling.
I'm sure he's going to get a yellow flag in a minute.
Well, a yellow flag because there's a caution yellow. There's a car that's turned around.
But when you're in this position, you don't want to take a chance. You just keep on pushing.
What a great race we just watched. It's been a great racing all day long here for the 53rd Polaris Crandon World Championship of Off-Road Racing. We are in Crandon, Wisconsin at the Big House. So we're going to take a quick break and we'll meet our winners right after this.
The Earth is 70% water and 30% land. But the entire sky belongs to us.
Copy that. Aim higher, man.
The miles take their toll on a truck and trailer. That's why we brought together a family of companies to the transportation industry. Blaine Brothers for 24/7 truck, trailer, towing, and mobile service. North American Trailer for 24/7 truck, trailer, tank, towing, and mobile service, including new and used trailer sales. Truck-Align for frame, suspension, and alignment services. Hydraulic Specialty for a deep inventory of pumps, cylinders, and fittings, plus custom hydraulic solutions. One family of companies. Everything you need for the road ahead.
Some give their weekends. Some devote their entire lives. All we need are the moments of courage, of resilience and ingenuity, devotion, integrity, selflessness and excellence. Full-time, part-time, in or out of uniform. All we need is the best of you. How many moments can you give?
Overlanders and crawlers, clubs and individualists, newbies and not so newbies. We can all agree on one thing. The tougher the tire, the easier the escape.
Yeah, I got that right turn. We're good.
Meet up at the compound, group up.
That's 10-4. Oh, that jump was huge. Yeah, for sure, dog. Good, little driver, straight on through.
Thanks for the spot back there.
Oh, man, out of Northwood, Ohio.
eBay Motors has parts for new cars, new parts for old cars, and new parts for cars about as old as I am. eBay Motors has 122 million parts. That's insane. And I can order from my phone right under the car. They have all the right parts at the right prices. Now I can go to eBay Motors, find everything I need, and spend the rest of the weekend working on this baby. Let's ride.
Welcome back, world, to the Progressive Crandon Classic. That was the Ultra 4 4900 Can-Am UTV race, and it was an amazing job done by All Out on course. So much fun to watch, Jim. It was amazing.
It was absolutely fantastic. It was one of those races that had a little bit of everything, and it's so good to see these Ultra 4 classes here at the Big House.
We still have one more race for Ultra 4 yet to come and a few more for Champs Off-Road, but it sounds like we have our own Tiffany Stone down there to have a chat with some of our racers.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. That was an amazing race. It was so good to be back at the Big House. Taking our third overall place, Jake Versey. Jake, make your way over here. You took the top spot in the open class. Walk me through what it was like to be here at the Big House. Obviously, you got those Bronco boulders right over there.
Yeah, the Crandon is so special in so many ways. Everyone unanimously agrees this is the most fun place to race at. The Ultra 4 bringing the rocks in is really a lot of fun. It's a lot about momentum, but it can tear a tire off in a second. There was a ton of carnage, a ton of blown tires out there, so it really adds a dynamic that's a bunch of fun.
And talking about that, this is going to give you a great spot for tomorrow's race. Tomorrow's a big one. We've heard about a little bit of rain coming through. What do you think that's going to do for the track?
Well, they do a pretty good job of watering it out here, so hopefully it's not much worse. I'm crossing my fingers, but we all got to race the same track, so it's going to be a great time.
Well, you've got to thank a few people for helping you to take that top spot today.
Yeah, absolutely. XComp Tires, Polaris Razor, Rigid Industries, HCR, KMC Wheels, Fueled UTV, Fox does a killer job, KMC Wheels. Anyway, everyone that supports my program, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart.
Awesome, nice job. And taking the second place overall, we have Levi Mettenzer. Levi, nice job here. Taking second place in Pro Mod, obviously right behind Travis. It is a crazy track out there. It looked like you had a little bit of tire problems. Walk us through that.
Yeah, we got off to a slow start. We were probably 6th or 7th into this first turn, and we just put our head down and we kept charging. People were making mistakes. Something happened to Paul in the back. Just trying to blitz the rocks. That's what we're good at. And it bit us on the last lap after the red flag. That hurt, but good thing they're all safe. And got the flat, and Travis passed me right here at the last lap. So tough loss, but we're going to change the tire and get the car ready, and we'll be back for tomorrow.
Well, it's a great job. It's good to see you out here. Who would you like to thank?
My dad for everything he does, getting us to races, paying for it, a lot of it, driving a lot, working on it, everything he does. Can-Am, Dyno Jet, NRP, MRT tires and wheels. I mean, we got a flat, but they're the best tire out there. 90% of us are running them. G-Force, Gary and Pete with the shocks. The setups is perfect. Rival Can-Am, HCR, anybody else I forgot, Keller ball joints, and everybody else back there.
Wonderful. Take your spot on number 2. And taking the overall spot in the 4900s, we have Travis Zollinger. Travis, it's so good to talk to you out here. We've always talked about a bucket list item being the Big House. Now you've done it, of course. You've probably been here many times and seen all of this stuff. What was it like, especially with the dust coming off right off of the Bronco boulders?
Yeah, the dust going into the boulders was the worst part, to see what's going on in front of you. But you just trust that the guys are moving and hope they're moving.
Well, we always talk about, being here, the vibe, the emotions. In one word, what does Crandon really mean to you?
Oh, man, the kids.
The kids, this is the future of it, so it's so great to see you out here. Tomorrow's going to be a big day for you and for the rest of this class. Taking first overall, first, of course, in the Pro Mod, who would you like to thank?
Oh, for sure, all the guys back at ZRP, Apex Engineering Machine, my family, my wife came out here with us. My in-laws came to watch for the first time, so that's cool. The fans for being here, Fox, BFG tires, they're unbelievable. Warren, Baja Designs, K&T Performance, they make my car fast, and it's fast. Let me thank Mike for tuning my shocks, Riley for prep, FK Rod Ends, of course. They hold us together. They're awesome. I'm sure I'm forgetting somebody, but they all help us get here, and thank you.
Well, Travis, hop up on number 1. A big round of applause for your top 3 overall finishers in the 4900 class. Back up to you guys.
Thank you, Tiffany, and what a wonderful race it was for the 4900 Can-Am UTV class. Jim, what a great job that was. It's going to be a lot of fun.
It is, Miles. It's absolutely fantastic to see the 4900 classes out there. But coming out shortly, we're going to have the EMC classes. We're going to see the 4500s, we're going to see the 4600s, and the 4800s. We're going to pop out for a short commercial break, and we'll be right back. See you soon.
Full trying to work on that back bumper of Van Eppert, and maybe some trouble now for Marquardt.
Yeah, I don't know. Marquardt might have came in a little too tight there, pushed out a little wide. Now look at, we're 3 wide.
Marquardt can't stop both of those drivers. He's not going to stop either of them as they split Marquardt. Van Eppert now out front, but he's still got Hager alongside. Hager's stuck on the outside, though, coming into the cutoff corner.
Yeah, he is going the long way around, and just like that, Brock Hager takes over that top spot.
AMSOIL runs on freedom and has since 1972. We changed the industry by formulating the first API-qualified 100% synthetic motor oil. The rest of the market has been trying to follow our lead ever since. But a head start is a head start. We punish our products firsthand in our world-class laboratories and beyond. Because some things can't be learned from a test tube. Run with us.
It's your Uncle Cooper. Your SUV is a multi-purpose tool, like a corkscrew fish scaler. And that means your tires should be multi-purpose too. Like these Cooper rugged Treks. They're tough, but also run smooth as butter. And with dual sidewalls, it's like having a multi-tool that can look like a completely different multi-tool. Don't take that idea, by the way. I'm gonna patent it. Go with the Coopers. Cooper!
The miles take their toll on a truck and trailer. That's why we brought together a family of companies to the transportation industry. Blaine Brothers for 24/7 truck, trailer, towing, and mobile service. North American Trailer for 24/7 truck, trailer, tank, towing, and mobile service, including new and used trailer sales. Truck-Align for frame, suspension, and alignment services. Hydraulic Specialty for a deep inventory of pumps, cylinders, and fittings, plus custom hydraulic solutions. One family of companies. Everything you need for the road ahead.
The Earth is 70% water and 30% land. But the entire sky belongs to us.
Copy that. Aim high, Airman.
This idea, I mean, obviously CJ and I have quite a few older helmets laying around, and we use them more as like decoration in the race shop, but I said, you know what? Let's try something cool. We'll bring it to Crandon, we'll raffle it off, $10 a ticket, and then we're gonna put all that purse back into Pro 4. But the way it's gonna work is the winner of the raffle will come up at like 4:30, right after the Pro Light race. They're gonna pick a number from 4th to 11th, because I don't want the top 3 guys in there, you know, because they're already doing good. 4th place to 11th place, they're gonna draw a number, and whatever number, say it's 6, whoever finishes 6th in the Pro 4 race is getting whatever money we raised out of this raffle. Right now, it's looking like it's gonna be over $1,000. You know, we just started a little bit ago. We're at like $500–600 already, and it's only Friday, so pretty excited. I mean, it was just something we dreamed up, and I thought, it'd be cool to give back to, you know, there's a lot of guys out there spending a lot of money in Pro 4, and, you know, I appreciate them being here, because without them, we don't have a place to race, right? We need the numbers, so, you know, it's something we can do, you know, to help out our fellow drivers, and we'll see where it goes. I'm pretty excited about it. So, fans can come and get a raffle ticket here at our pit. We're gonna be doing it all day Friday, all day Saturday till probably 4 o'clock. And then from there, we're taking the helmet up to the announcer's booth, and Shane's gonna, you know, get everybody in, and we're gonna pick the number. You have to be present to win, so, and we'll have your phone number, so maybe you don't hear it, we're gonna call you right away, and then we're gonna need that person up to draw the lucky finisher on who's gonna get the pot. Well, so this is one of the vintage Johnny G helmets from probably back in, I'm gonna say 2004, when I was knocking out championships nonstop. Can't do that anymore, but you know, it's the real deal. It's a race helmet, AP design, monster, signed by me and CJ. So, you know, I think it'd be a cool trophy for somebody.
Some give their weekends. Some devote their entire lives. All we need are the moments of courage, of resilience and ingenuity, devotion, integrity, selflessness and excellence. Full-time, part-time, in or out of uniform. All we need is the best of you. How many moments can you give?
It's your Uncle Cooper. Your SUV is a multi-purpose tool, like a corkscrew fish scaler. And that means your tires should be multi-purpose too. Like these Cooper rugged Treks. They're tough, but also run smooth as butter. And with dual sidewalls, it's like having a multi-tool that can look like a completely different multi-tool. Don't take that idea, by the way. I'm gonna patent it. Go with the Coopers. Cooper!
AMSOIL runs on freedom and has since 1972. We changed the industry by formulating the first API-qualified 100% synthetic motor oil. The rest of the market has been trying to follow our lead ever since. But a head start is a head start. We punish our products firsthand in our world-class laboratories and beyond. Because some things can't be learned from a test tube. Run with us.
Welcome back, world, to the Progressive Crandon Classes. Once again, I am Miles Haskwood. Against my, to my left is Mr. Jims Marsden, all the way from, where are you from, buddy?
United Kingdom. First time out here for the 54th Crandon World Championships, and I cannot wait for this one.
It's going to be amazing, and this is something special up next. This is the Ultra 4 Everyman Challenge classes. We have 3 separate classes. Well, technically 4 separate classes will be racing in this race as well. We have the 4500 Yukon Gear and Axle Modified class. You can have 2.5 shocks per corner, limited to 14 inches of travel. Mechanical steering, maximum of a 37-inch DOT tire, front-mounted engine, but unlimited horsepower.
Indeed. Then we have the 4800 Brandt Motorsports Legend class. You can have front or rear mounted engine with unlimited horsepower. The vehicle must contain 2 seats side by side, single shock per corner, a maximum of a 37-inch DOT tire. Solid axles are allowed. Solid axles only are allowed on these vehicles, but new specific cars are built for this class. So you can actually build a car for this class, or alternatively, you can take an old 4400 class car, dial it down, and put it into 4800.
Yeah, a single shock and some 37-inch tires, and you're racing. We also have the 4600 Spider Track stock class, stock OEM frame, factory engine and transmission, 35-inch DOT tires, single 2.5 shock per corner, factory style suspension like leaf springs, coil springs, TTB, whatever came from the factory, and a mechanical steering.
Yeah.
And then we have the stock sportsman class, which is kind of a little bit different. You can run about anything you want. It just has to pass safety and stick.
It is, but just look at that lineup right now, Miles.
There's Ryan Rockhold, Sean Reisky, Troy Digby, Cody St. Clair, Matt Greaser, and then the Broncos in the far back. We have Bailey Cole, Vaughn Gittin Jr., and Brad Lovell. Brad Lovell is a familiar name out here in Crandon.
Yes, indeed. We're not long now before we're going to get started on this race.
So the 4,500 and the 4,800 class, they are intermixed on how they qualified during practice yesterday. They will be scored separately, but they'll be racing it against each other. And then the stock classes will take off from the back of the pack. And while we have a quick little break, we'll give our sponsors some love. We have Can-Am, Ford, Bronco, Monster Energy, Optima Batteries, 4-Wheel Parts, Progressive,
King Shocks, Laser Nut, Griffin Radiator, VP Racing Fuels, Nitto Tires, Holly EFI, and King of the Hammers.
We also have Spider Tracks, Recaro Seats, and Baja Jerky.
AMSOIL, Method Race Wheels, Axel RC Cars, and PCI Race Radios.
ARB, Rigid, Brannick Motorsports, Tread Lightly, and Action Sports Canopy.
Off the grid clothing, MBRP Exhaust, Yukon Gear and Axle, HRC, and Warn Factor 55.
Those are, so please support who supports the sport. With all those amazing marketing partners, we could not be racing here today.
Okay, it looks like we've got the flag man making his way towards the tower.
He goes out there and checks. He physically looks at each and individual racer and kind of gives an eye contact. Everybody gives him the nod. He heads over, and we are about to do a land rush style race heading towards the Potawatomi turn number 1 here at the Big House.
Now, Mars, am I right in thinking here that the 4,500s and the 4,800s are going to be doing 7 laps and that the stock class are going to be doing 6 laps?
Yep, absolutely.
As
And
if
it'll
I
be
lo-
the same exact course we just saw earlier, the full short course plus the Bronco boulders right here in front of the grandstands. And speaking of the grandstands, look at this amazing crowd we have.
Indeed. Here to see some awesome racing, and some awesome racing they are about to see. As our Ultra 4 EMC classes get ready for the start. Any second now, we're about to go green on course. And we are live here at the 54th Crandon World Championships in Wisconsin.
And it looks like Brent Harrell may get the whole shot on the inside in that Horschel-built machine. Right behind him is Jeremy Jones, Steve Graff, Justin Hall, Trevor Foltz, Eric Weichel, Brian Tripp, and look at Justin Hall and Steve Graff touch tires.
Absolutely, but it's Brent Harrell now making his way in that Paul Herschel car.
And Jeremy Jones is right behind him, Justin Hall, Steve Graff. This is going to be a great race, Jim.
Yeah, I was chatting to Justin Hall yesterday. He's really super pumped about this. He wants to show the world what he can do, but it's all about Brent Harrell right now with Jeremy Jones just behind him and then Justin Hall.
And look at these Ultra 4 cars out there racing, doing such a great job, having so much fun out here at the Big House.
They are indeed picking their way through. Look at this fantastic action here from our EMC classes. As the lead cars wake their way up through.
There's Jeremy Jones, Steve Graff, Justin Hall, Ryan Webb, Ryan Rockhold. Again, there are 3 separate classes racing right now. The 4,500 Yukon Gear and Axle Modified class, the 4,800 Brannick Motorsports Legends class, and the 4,600 Spider Track Stock class.
But it's all about that young man now, Brent Harrell. Still in the lead as he makes his way across the rocks. In second place is Jeremy Jones, and just behind him.
I missed him. We'll see who that was. I think it was Steve Graff.
It was Steve Graff.
And look at him drifting out here. These are 4-wheel drive vehicles doing amazing things. These cars are the Swiss Army knife of off-road. We race King of the Hammers, Crandon, Mid-America Outdoors, Sturgis, California, Tennessee, Kentucky. We go over huge rocks, mountains, short course jumps, tight trees, mud, dust, desert. These cars can do it all and do it all well.
Indeed, these are the solid axle variety. So what do we mean by that? Exactly what we say on the tin. Solid axles front and rear. Tomorrow we're going to see the 4400s, and they can have IFS front suspension if they would like. But
They can
today,
have IRS as well, too.
They can indeed. Although I don't think we have any of those here racing this weekend. But right now, it's all about this young man, Brent Harrell.
Last year he got an early lead and broke something, so we hope to see he does a great job tonight. But Brent Harrell is out front in the 4,800 Brannick Motorsports Legends class, but Jeremy Jones is not letting him out of the sight.
He's not, and you can see that Brent Harrell's taking the spare wheel off the back of the car.
lighter is faster.
It is. Jeremy Jones is still running his full race spec, though, so he's running that spare wheel.
And let's talk about Jeremy Jones just for a second. He is racing in tonight's race. He's also racing on Sunday for the 4400 class, because you can race up, you just can't race down.
Yeah.
But Jeremy Jones has a little puff of smoke possible.
Yeah, he did. I was looking at that a little bit earlier. But people ask us, why are they still running their spare wheels? Simple. These vehicles have been set up to run with those wheels, but that smoke seems to be getting worse. Is it off a breather or something else, do we think?
The time will tell. Hopefully he can keep the car going. But Brent Harrell, they are in the Bronco Boulders, and Jeremy Jones is starting to reel them in just a little bit. Steve Graff, then Justin Hall. Justin Hall's in first place in the 4500 Yukon Gear and Axle Modified class. We're getting slideways with Mr. Jeremy Jones.
Just watching that smoke there, I think that could just be an engine breather. Looking good at the moment.
Jones on screen trying to chase down Brent Harrell. We'll see Brent's dad, Brett Harrell, racing tomorrow and on Sunday. Great to see the whole family out here, and that's what Ultra 4 is all about, is family-friendly racing. Steve Graff getting
Steve Graff drifting there beautifully, closely followed by Justin Hall. Now Justin Hall races in 4500. If you look at the front of his car, you can see it's that mechanical steering link going to a steering box.
Justin Hall's in a single seat car. We're back to Jeremy Jones and Steve Graff. What a great day of racing we've had all day long, going into the night here at the Big House for the 53rd Polaris Crandon World Championship Off-Road Racing.
That was Jeremy Jones we just saw there, followed by Steve Graff.
Justin Hall.
Justin Hall.
And there's Ryan Rockholt. That used to be a 4400 car. They lowered it down. There's Ryan Taylor, Ryan Webb, Sean Reisky.
Now Ryan Taylor, we saw yesterday, had a bit of an accident, decided to put it on his lid, so it's great to see him back on course. But that is our race leader. That is car 56, and that is Brent Harrell.
And we have 4 laps to go for the 48 and 4500 classes. Brent Harrell gets into the Bronco Boulders.
Now, Miles, I'm watching this. We saw them attacking these rocks yesterday at higher speeds than this, so they really are thinking race savvy here. Keep the tires on the car. They want to get to the finish.
Because remember, to finish first you must finish, and today's race only sets you up for gate picks for tomorrow. So, you know, this race definitely is important, don't get me wrong, but you need to save the car, because tomorrow we go to the Rigid Rage on the rocks, and those rocks are bigger, nastier, and all the above.
Absolutely. So when we say about the rigid raid on the rocks, we're talking about an extra piece of course. What they're going to do is they're going to cut out just before they get to the corner you see now. They're going to head out into the back end of Crandon, and there's a whole new rock trail out there, and I cannot wait to see that tomorrow night.
Yeah, the Crandon short course is about 1.7 miles, and the Ultra Rockwoods out back is 0.75, so about 2.5 miles. We had just 3/4 of a mile out in the back. We got jumps, we got rocks, we got it all. It's going to be a one you do not want to miss.
As we watch our current race leader, car 56, Brent Harrell, as he makes his way through the Red Bull Arch.
We still have some great battles out in the back. It looks like Bailey Cole is out front, then Vaughn Gitt Jr., and then Brad Lovell in the 4600 Spider Track stock class.
Now we saw Bailey Cole having some problems yesterday, had a flat tire in qualifying, so it's great to see that young man really pushing hard.
Jeremy Jones is
look at this. Now we are seeing smoke.
We saw that earlier, and it's not getting any better. Not sure what's going on, but hopefully he can keep it together.
Yeah, now maybe a puff of transmission oil on the exhaust, maybe. Always difficult to tell.
Jeremy Jones is running a co-driver. Dan Young's riding with him. I believe Brent Harrell is riding solo. Oh, he does have a co-driver in there, sorry.
Yeah, Jeremy Jones really is within striking distance now. Fantastic drive here from the young man.
They're coming around a stock sportsman car. That's Matt Presser, I do believe.
Now Brent Harrell's driving a vehicle that's built by Paul Herschel, Jeremy Jones.
A Trent Fabrication car.
Fabrication car. Now the Trent Fab cars, they're very famous for this solid axle vehicle. Nice and low, so good in the rocks as well.
And Steve Graff in third place in the Steel Nuts off-road machine. So 3 different manufacturers all up front in the 4800 Brannick Motorsports Legends class. And right now it is Brent Harrell, Jeremy Jones, and Jeremy Jones is getting worse.
Yeah,
I'm sure his spotter in the stands is letting him know that.
Yep, I don't think there's an elastoplast in the world that's going to fix that one, as we watch Brent Harrell making his way through turn 1 once again.
3 laps to go. Brent Harrell really running strong out front. Gets the whole shot and hasn't looked back.
It's a great looking car, completely different to many of the vehicles that we see out on track.
He debuted that car this year at King of the Hammers in February. So great to see him kind of work the new car blues through, but it's so far so good for Brent Harrell out front. And Jeremy Jones is still pushing hard.
Yeah, he's not letting Brent Harrell go. But that smoke is definitely getting worse.
That's definitely a bummer for Jeremy Jones. He's still trying to race this car in the EMC and the 4400 Unlimited class. And the 4400 Unlimited class will start out tomorrow night and then race Sunday as well. The 4400 is the unlimited cars.
But look how close Jeremy Jones gets to the back end of Brent Harrell here.
Starting to push a little bit harder through the Bronco boulders.
I think next lap we might see Jeremy Jones try to make a pass on the rocks. But Brent Harrell just seems to have that extra horsepower as they come off the rocks and pick their way back towards turn one.
There is an AMSOIL hot pits, but in a short course race like this, if you have to go into the pits to change a tire, you are not going to get on the podium more than likely.
You see their lights now reflecting back off the dust.
And how awesome is that going to be tomorrow night? We're going to be racing into the night, so the rigid lights will be shining bright out back, and we're going to have a great race tomorrow as well.
And light strategy is going to become a massive part of the racing, as you'll see tomorrow. At the moment, you see that with their light bars blazing. Tomorrow night, you'll probably see those center bars switched off, and they'll be relying on side lights so they don't get the blinding light coming back on them off the dust.
So let's go through our field right now. We have Jeremy Jones.
In second place, we have Steve Graff, but I don't think that's right, because our current race leader is actually that car there, which is Brent Harrell. So our scoring is slightly off at the moment. So it's Brent Harrell in first. In second place is Jeremy Jones. In third is Steve Graff.
In fourth goes to Ryan Taylor.
In fifth is Justin Hall.
And he's actually first in class, and then it goes to Sean Reisky.
It does. Then it's Ryan Webb.
Rick Levezzo.
Eric Wickel.
Brian Trimp.
Dwayne Garrettson,
Sean Rance,
Cody Sinclair,
Bailey Cole,
who's leading up our stock class, then
Vaughn Ginn Jr.
and Brad Lovell.
What a great race we have. And we have a couple that are already out. I saw Ryan Rockhold pull off, Matt Gresser, and Trevor Foltz, Chris Miller. But up front is still Mr. Brent Harrell as they're battling in the Bronco boulders.
And just look at those lights blinding our cameraman then. Now, I did expect Jeremy Jones to try and make a pass there, but he hasn't done it. And that smoke is disappearing. I still think that that might be oil getting onto an exhaust. If that was an engine letting go, it really would have let go by now.
And the white flag is out. 1 lap to go.
So is lap traffic going to play its part here?
They get around Brian Moore pretty easily.
Yep, as we watch our current race leader, car 56, Brent Harrell.
But Jeremy Jones is really starting to get on the throttle, trying to chase him down, but more and more smoke are starting to puff out. Getting ready to hit into the Potawatomi, turn number 1.
That's quite interesting. It comes from the deceleration and then up to acceleration, so maybe he has got a worn ring there. Always hard to tell as Brent Harrell makes his way through the Red Bull Arch for the final time.
Brent Harrell still out front, gets the whole shot, hasn't looked back, but Jeremy Jones hasn't given it to him easy. Steve Graff still battling out in the back.
Both of these cars are running in the Brannick Motorsports 4800 Legends class.
And there is a Bronco that is
that's
Brad
Lovell.
Jeremy Jones really starting to puff just a little bit.
Now what I've been noticing is when he deaccelerates and then he gets hard back on the throttle again, then we get the smoke. And here we go.
Checkered flag
Look
is
at that.
out.
What a fantastic result for Brent Harrell. Superb stuff there from this young man. Talented guy in a very nice car indeed.
So it looks like unofficial. It's Brent Harrell, then Jeremy Jones. How far back is Steve Graff just coming through? So unofficial Brent Harrell, Jeremy Jones, then Steve Graff.
Yeah, I believe it's going to be Brent Harrell who's going to be taking out.
So we're going to take a quick break and we'll meet our winners right after this.
I got that right turn. We're good.
Meet up at the compound group F.
That's 10-4. Oh, that jump was huge. Yeah, for sure, dog.
Good, little driver, straight on through.
Thanks for the spot back there.
Vulture's going to set up outside. Here comes the Hail Mary in Calamity Corner. He's going to try outside in. Shannon's going to stay down.
He might have it. Here we go, Shane. Side by side. No. Looks like Shannon takes it by a fender.
Tremendous last lap there by Holcher, but he's going to fall about 2 feet short of the front bumper of Shannon as they came to the finish line.
Good work. Great work by Holcher. Just trying everything.
The miles take their toll on a truck and trailer. That's why we brought together a family of companies to the transportation industry. Blaine Brothers for 24/7 truck, trailer, towing, and mobile service. North American Trailer for 24/7 truck, trailer, tank, towing, and mobile service, including new and used trailer sales. Truck-Align for frame, suspension, and alignment services. Hydraulic Specialty for a deep inventory of pumps, cylinders, and fittings, plus custom hydraulic solutions. One family of companies. Everything you need for the road ahead.
eBay Motors has parts for new cars, new parts for old cars, and new parts for cars about as old as I am. eBay Motors has 122 million parts. That's insane. And I can order from my phone right under the car. They have all the right parts at the right prices. Now I can go to eBay Motors, find everything I need, and spend the rest of the weekend working on this baby. Let's ride.
Nitro Rallycross, cars that fly and tracks that thrill, is coming back to Minnesota, October 1st and 2nd. The world's best drivers will strap into Rallycross's fastest new race cars and battle head-to-head at ERX Motor Park in Elk River. Watch American icon Travis Pastrana take his electrifying FC1X up against Formula One legend and champion Jenson Button. Nitro Rallycross delivers 2 full days of extreme racing excitement. For more info, visit nitrorallycross.com.
Kyle Cheney takes it. Oh, man, out of Northport, Ohio.
Some give their weekends. Some devote their entire lives. All we need are the moments of courage, of resilience and ingenuity, devotion, integrity, selflessness and excellence. Full-time, part-time, in or out of uniform. All we need is the best of you. How many moments can you give?
The Falcon Wild Peak AT3W all-terrain tire is designed with our proprietary 3D Canyon Sipe technology to resist wear from high torque and provide even more handling stability. For the ultimate off-road grip, get the Falcon Wild Peak AT3W. The new Falcon Wild Peak AT3W all-terrain tire is engineered with one of the deepest tread depths on the market for long-lasting wear and uncompromising performance. For the ultimate tread life and traction, get the Falcon Wild Peak AT3W.
VP Racing Fuels is proud to be a major supplier of fuels and coolants for the Championship Off-Road Series. VP makes the perfect fuel for every application from Pro 4 trophy trucks, UTVs, and even tow vehicles and generators. Keep your engine running at peak performance and make more power. Try our new VP coolants to keep your off-road rig running cool. Available in Stay Frosty Race Ready formula, which is glycol-free and track approved. And Stay Frosty High Performance with freeze protection for street applications and colder temperatures. Visit vpracingfuels.com for more.
The Falcon Wild Peak AT3W all-terrain tire is designed with our proprietary 3D Canyon Sipe technology to resist wear from high torque and provide even more handling stability. For the ultimate off-road grip, get the Falcon Wild Peak AT3W.
Okay, and welcome back to the 54th Crandon World Championships here in Wisconsin. What a day of racing we've had. We've just seen the EMC classes out on track, and Tiffany Stone has got the winners down with her right now. Tiffany, what do you got for us?
Thank you. It was an amazing race. It was so cool to see some of these machines just take this track, all the lights out there, but taking the top spot in the 4800 class, number 56, Brent Harold. Brent, make your way over here. It was really good to see you race out there. We know that you just debuted this new car at KOH. You're still working out some things. Walk me through how it was to be here, the big house, Labor Day weekend, under the lights in front of all these fans.
You know, this is my second year here, and this is my favorite race overall. Just the start line, turn one, it's unlike anything else. Happy to be here for sure.
Well, we talk about it, and then, you know, when you're hitting that jump going into the Bronco boulders, it's a little dusty out there. What did you see, especially with the lights coming on, the sun setting, the dust everywhere, the carnage? Walk me through that.
You know, first lap was clean. Coming into turn one, it was super tight. I was like, man, they're getting kind of close, but we came out, got the whole shot, and Waylon was an amazing co-pilot, talked me through it, and pushed me harder than I have been pushed before, and it just worked out in the end.
Well, you got to thank a bunch of people for getting you in this good spot position for tomorrow. Who would you like to thank?
First, I'd like to thank God, Paul Herschel, his entire crew. They've built an amazing car. Obstacle, Fox, Rigid, Lights. Obviously, we're going to be racing tonight. They're the best lights you can buy. Total Metal Innovations, TMR, TubeWorks. I haven't had any issues with my diffs all year. So, Brett Schmidt Trucking and Max Titans. And then my dad and family and everybody that's out here helping us get here.
Wonderful. Well, congratulations. Hop over here. We're going to take our top finisher in the 4500, number 13, Justin Hall. Justin, last time we got to talk, it was at MAO. It was a little dusty out there. This track seems to be perfect for you right now with your driving conditions. How are you feeling right now?
I feel great. Track out here is amazing. The Falcon tires hooked up and launched me out of the Land Rush start. The Grom Racing built motor. They built a motor for me in 8 days, and it rips. Johnny's Custom Motorsports tuned it last minute. We got it dialed in, and obviously it speaks for itself. All of it, the whole combination worked well together.
Well, Crandon is a spectacle in itself. You guys put out a great race. In one word, really, what does Crandon mean to you?
It was a bucket list race for me. Like last year was my first year here, and I will never miss it again. So it's kind of like a 2-word with hyphenated bucket list, but we'll call that.
Well, I know you got to thank a bunch of people.
Yeah, first off, Falcon Tire, like I said, Grom Racing, Johnny's Custom Motorsports, South Bay Driveline, Brannick, Optima Battery, Driven Racing Oil. The list goes on, and it's hard to think right now. I'm just super stoked, but I couldn't do it without all the people that are behind me. Yukon Gear and Axle. Yeah, I'm just kind of at a loss right now.
It's all good. I'll let you get some rest. You got a big day tomorrow. Nice job here. And the last one in this EMC race, 4600, number 13 of Bailey Cole. Bailey, it's so good to see you here. A little drier than last year. We don't want to bring that up, but here we are again. Another year, another Crandon, taking that top spot in your class. How you feeling?
Super stoked. This is my first time winning out here at Crandon. No better feeling. Pretty awesome.
And talking about that, Crandon, the lights, the vibe, the feeling, obviously a bucket list item. Going through that and having all those great emotions, how's tomorrow going to look for you?
Hopefully the same way. Hoping to get the whole shot and stay out front again. Brad and Vaughn are fast, though.
Well, I know you have a bunch of people you'd like to thank. Who are those people?
Oh, so many people. Ford, obviously. The Broncos were out here. Absolutely killed it. 4WP, Yokohama, they grooved the tires, gave me the good turn-in. Vision Wheel, Yukon Gear and Axle, and Fox Shocks.
Wonderful. Well, nice job. Hop over here. Another big round of applause for your top 3 finishers in the 45, 46, 4800 class here for the EMC. Back up to you guys.
Okay, thank you so much, Tiffany. So good to see that racing out there. So good to see the EM classes here at the big house. Now, Mars, we've got to throw it back to these guys for some more races. But come on, give us some final views.
What a great night of racing. But remember, tomorrow night's going to be even better with the Rigid Rage on the rocks tomorrow evening. But up next is the stock trucks. Again, I'm Miles Hasquist with Jim Marsden. We're going to take a quick break, and then Brent and Shane will take over the mic.
AMSOIL runs on freedom and has since 1972. We changed the industry by formulating the first API-qualified 100% synthetic motor oil. The rest of the market has been trying to follow our lead ever since. But a head start is a head start. We punish our products firsthand in our world-class laboratories and beyond. Because some things can't be learned from a test tube. Run with us.
Welcome back to Crane International Off-Road Raceway. I'm Brent Smith alongside Shane Stetsny and Super Stock Truck up on the track next. And I'll tell you, Shane, these are the guys to watch. They know how to wheel these trucks. And, hey, they call them Super Stock Trucks. They have great suspension. But I'm telling you, you have to really hit your marks.
Absolutely, and this is a fan favorite for a reason. Let's get to the lineup. We have 25 trucks in the field. Scott Belanger and Trey Beauchamp are on row number 1. Then it's Joe Machosik and Nick Bing. Row number 3 is Ben Holcher and current points leader Kyle Cooper. Then it's Ron Cosiza, Braden Beauchamp, Darrell Wold Jr., TJ Struck, Colt Wurzba, Scott Heichel, Matt Pyburn, Cody Summers, Mike Villian, Kenny Wilson, Zach Gudenkoff. Mitch Dorr starts 18th. Then it's DJ Jorgensen, Josh Minton, Justin Monty. Wildman Willie Freshour starts 22nd. Charlie Wilson, Cody Conrad, and Jamie Kleikamp. Welcome back to both of those two drivers. It's been a while since we've seen Cody Conrad out here, and Jamie Kleikamp decided to dust off the old girl and get back to the racetrack as well. Good to see those guys back out in the field.
Yeah, absolutely, Shane. Jamie Kleikamp back in the field. Multi-time winner in this class. Look at Braden Beauchamp trying to button up right away. Trey Beauchamp on the outside pole. We'll see what goes down. Green flag flies him in. He opens the door right away on the bottom.
Yeah, Belanger moved way over trying to find some dry line. You can see they put a little bit more water down once again here at Crandon International.
Yeah, definitely going to be a little slick here in the first couple laps as they're going to fly off that jump, heading back towards the gravel pit.
Gotta love super stock racing under the lights here at Crandon. Look at Kyle Cooper with that great run on the outside.
Wow, Belanger just shut the door, but there goes Trey Beauchamp to the inside. And yeah, man, a lot of speed going into that gravel pit.
Kyle Cooper with a 24-point lead over the field coming into this round 11 race. I talked to him earlier this week. He said he's very confident, feels very calm. He's just got to go out and take care of business for 2 races. He wants this championship so badly. He has his eyes set on a pro truck class.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot is going on here in AMSOIL Championship Off-Road. Kyle Cooper really trying to dial that truck in early. He wants his points championship.
Well, now they got to chase down Nick Bing, though, and Bing has started to pick up some momentum over the last couple of events. He was the winner back in round 10 at Bark River, and there you see one of the rookies in the class, Scott Belanger. That truck knows how to win here at Crandon as well. Belanger's been a fun guy to watch this year.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at that. Kyle Cooper tank swapping that truck off that flyaway. So cool to see the lights on here in Crandon.
How about Joe Machosik running up in the top 4? The last time these fans at Crandon saw Joe Machosik, he was tumbling through turn 1. We didn't know if he would race again this year.
Yeah, absolutely. Joey really putting his head together. That team got that truck back up to par. There's Holger now. Ben Holger coming into our screen, that 844. Going by that K-rail, that inside section. Normally we go out back like we've been all day long.
Yeah, Holger still has a shot at the points title as well, but like I said, 24 points behind Cooper entering this race. He has to get in front of Cooper and then some. So the clock is ticking on the 844 Ben Holger.
Wow, Nick Bing bonsaiing off that flyaway jump. Going into the gravel pit. Bing, he stays up a little bit higher, trying to keep that cushion alive.
I think Cooper right now is just being really patient. Like I said, he knows exactly what he needs to do to lock up this championship. He's just trying to take care of business right now.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't want to go too fast. You don't want to go too slow. You don't want to get into any kind of carnage. You want to just keep moving forward, but it's hard to tell Kyle Cooper to chill out. He's out to win these races.
Well, they'll come through the cutoff corner once again and onto the front straightaway here at Crandon International Raceway. Nick Bing about 1.5 second lead over Scott Belanger the last time past the finish line. Look at Cooper getting a little crossed up there.
Wow, crossed up for Cooper, but Belanger really hit hard on that right front. We'll have to babysit and see if anything is going to be causing any damage on there, because I'll tell you, that was a hard hit into that hole. Here comes Cooper now to the inside.
Cooper takes a look to the inside of the Polaris gravel pit, not able to get that truck to rotate in on time to try to make the move. He'll fall back in line behind Belanger, but Chosik and Holger still part of that fight as well. That's just letting Nick Bing run away a little bit as we are about to come to the halfway point.
Wow, already, Shane, the halfway point, you're right. The yellow and red flag is being displayed.
Yeah, there it is. Halfway point has been reached here.
Wow, Nick
Super
Bing.
stock truck.
Look at this, though. Our top 4 all the way down to Ben Holger. Everyone in 56-second lap times. All the way down to Braden Beauchamp now. Braden Beauchamp, your fastest lap of the race so far.
This is going to be a really fun second half of this one. There's those points that we talked about. Kyle Cooper with a 24-point lead over Ben Holger. Cooper did not pick up any bonus points, so that interval has not changed yet. You see Bing still with a chance as well. He's doing all he can right now, Nick Bing. So as of right now, Bing is actually tied with Ben Holger after he picked up those 2 bonus points.
Oh, really?
Yeah, looking at those lap times, man, 56.5 seconds, plus or minus a tenth. First place all the way down through 7th place.
Yeah, I was pointing that out to you earlier. I'm like, wow, that is consistent lap times. And the competition, you know, there's restrictor plates on these motors, so the Champ Off-Road crew, the tech officials, they really try to keep it equal as possible. And you can tell right here, times don't lie, Shane. 56 all the way down to 7th position right now. As the ChristianCarsOnline.com pace truck is going underneath the Polaris flyaway jump banner. Boy, this restart's going to be huge.
Yeah, I mean, Nick Bing was just so flat out fast for that whole first half. I don't know if anybody really has anything for him. We'll see, though. Belanger, we know he can be aggressive when he wants to be, so I expect him to take a shot right on this restart. It'll be interesting to watch Cooper. Like I said, he knows exactly where he stands in the points. He wants to save the truck for tomorrow, make sure he can get to the end of the season. Tomorrow, the World Championship is on the line. Third place, that's a good point stay, and as long as he's in front of Ben Holcher, that's him gaining ground. So,
yeah, absolutely. He's putting him in position to do what he needs to do.
Yeah, Cooper is definitely not going to go for broke on this restart. He's going to be patient and just take his time.
Well, here we go, Shane. Nick Bing, Belanger, Kyle Cooper. Look at Joey Machosik trying to give him a love tap. Said, let's go.
Wow, and Belanger got a great jump, and he's going to overtake Nick Bing.
Wow, Joey trying to move through the door. Here comes Trey Beauchamp with Cooper on the outside.
How in the world did Belanger get such a great jump on that restart? Looks like he played the game just right. Now Bing is going to cross back over. They're stacked up 2x2 into the gravel pit. Bing holds onto the spot for now. Machosik got into the door of Belanger.
Wow, Machosik has to be careful. You don't want to bend a tie rod on that Ford.
That shuffles Kyle Cooper back just a little bit, but we have a full-fledged battle for the lead. I expect to see Belanger come back swinging on Nick Bing here.
Wow, Bing up on the bicycle. What a save by the 833.
That's going to put Belanger back out front. Now Trey Beauchamp getting crossed up down on the bottom of Calamity Corner. We'll reset the order for you. It is Scott Belanger out front. Then it's Joe Machosik. Nick Bing falls back to third. Then Kyle Cooper fourth.
Oh, man, they're just cane swapping in front of the crowd here. Nobody's playing nice again. They just keep beating and banging off of one another. I see Braden Beauchamp collecting some love taps. There's Nick Bing now.
Yeah, Bing trying to hold off Kyle Cooper.
And look who's out front.
Yeah, Scott Belanger. Looking very, very good.
Under the lights here in Crandon, Wisconsin, Friday night, round 11. Super Stock Truck, if you're just tuning in to Flow. What a day we've had so far, but the body panels are definitely starting to come off here in Super Stock Truck.
Well, another lap complete, about a minute and a half left on our race clock. They're running 55-second lap times now. Actually, Nick Bing just set the fastest lap of the race. Look at all the damage on the 806 there. That's TJ Ewert filling in for Cody Summers.
Wow, yeah, you said it right. The 833 of Nick Bing, Shane, 54-second lap time. He broke 55.
Bing now going to work on the back bumper of Joe Machosik. Machosik, the defending champ, but remember that bad rollover in Crandon caused him to miss one round of racing, so his championship hopes basically evaporated at that moment. He's just out here trying to collect some wins throughout the rest of this year. You see Cooper still holding strong there in fourth.
Wow, what a move, though, that Nick Bing made early on.
This will be 2 laps to go, this time past the McCoy finish line. Belanger, man, he's looking kind of untouchable here in the late stages of this race.
Well, we'll see once they cross the stripe. Look at that, Belanger of 54, Machosik of 54, as well as Kyle Cooper and Trey Beauchamp, Braden Beauchamp 54. This class is so even. Whoever can stay out front right now.
Absolutely, and getting faster and faster as this race wears on and this racetrack comes in a little bit. Bing took a look there on the inside of Joe Machosik through turn 2, but not enough space there to make the move.
Belanger with about a 6-7 car length gap. Here comes Nick Bing.
I'm watching Cooper in that 873. He got a little bit close to Nick Bing, and then he immediately just moved way over. He doesn't want any of that smoke right now. He's just trying to keep that truck in one piece.
Yeah, he just really has to babysit Bing. If he wants to get him, he's going to do it the clean way. Just try to stay out of the carnage. Well, there's Machosik there with those Yokohama tires digging deep.
White flag is out here for Superstock. Talking about Kyle Cooper a little bit more, I'm sure his dad, Lee Cooper, on the radio is telling him, hey, you're in front of Ben Holcher. This is a great points day for you. You know, basically don't do anything silly out there and take yourself out of the race. So, like we said, Cooper is a smart guy. He's a very calculated driver. He's not going to go for broke here, trying to fight for this last podium spot. He's got his eyes set on the bigger picture, and that's the points championship.
Yeah, he's definitely doing what he needs to do. Man, Nick Bing landed hard on that right front. Here comes Kyle Cooper. just trying to hunt down these guys up front. Joey Machosik, Nick Ping right in our picture. Machosik didn't have a great run in the spring of Crandon, but he finds himself in the top 3.
How about this? Final time through Calamity Corner. The checkers are in the air, and Scott Belanger is going to take the win. His first win in Super Stock Truck. Machosik second, Bing holds on for third. And a very good point stay here for Kyle Cooper. He will finish 4th. And if he can take care of business tomorrow and just run near the front, Kyle Cooper might be on his way to this 2022 points champion. But how about it, Scott Belanger, first-time winner. That's what we love to see here at Crandon International Raceway. Started on the pole, had that battle with Bing for a little while, but he comes out on top.
Yeah, absolutely. Did what he needed to do. Belanger really looking fast here in Crandon. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back right after this. You're watching AMSOIL Championship Off-Road.
AMSOIL runs on freedom and has since 1972. We changed the industry by formulating the first API-qualified 100% synthetic motor oil. The rest of the market has been trying to follow our lead ever since. But a head start is a head start. We punish our products firsthand in our world-class laboratories and beyond. Because some things can't be learned from a test tube. Run with us.
Some give their weekends. Some devote their entire lives. All we need are the moments of courage, of resilience and ingenuity, devotion, integrity, selflessness and excellence. Full-time, part-time, in or out of uniform. All we need is the best of you. How many moments can you give?
It's your Uncle Cooper. Your SUV is a multi-purpose tool, like a corkscrew fish scaler. And that means your tires should be multi-purpose too. Like these Cooper rugged Treks. They're tough, but also run smooth as butter. And with dual sidewalls, it's like having a multi-tool that can look like a completely different multi-tool. Don't take that idea, by the way. I'm gonna patent it. Go with the Coopers. Cooper!
Vulture's going to set up outside. Here comes the Hail Mary in Calamity Corner. He's going to try outside in. Shannon's going to stay down.
He might have it. Here we go, Shane. Side by side. No. Looks like Shannon takes it by a fender.
Tremendous last lap there by Holcher, but he's going to fall about 2 feet short of the front bumper of Shannick as they came to the finish line.
Good work. Great work by Holcher. Just trying everything.
Welcome back to the beautiful evening here in Crandon, Wisconsin. We're here at Crandon International Off-Road Raceway. We just witnessed Super Stock Truck. We're going to go down trackside with Nolan Castellian with our top 3 in Super Stock. In third from Abrams, Wisconsin in the 833 Ford, Nick Bing. Taking second in the 851 Ford, Joey Machosek. And taking his first win in Super Stock Truck in the 819 Chevrolet, Scott Belanger. Boy, Nolan, they don't mind beating and banging on one another in that class. I tell you, though, Belanger, kudos to him.
Thanks, Brent. You're right. A great run for him. We'll come on over and talk to our third place finisher, Nick Bing. Nick, you got a great start there, and we're running up front and threw it up on the bike, but you were able to fight back there. It looked like the truck was handling really good today.
Yeah, we went with a different tire cut on Max's tires today, and I was a little skeptical, but these guys said that she's going to work, and it worked. Oh, man, we had a good first half, and everything was happy in the truck, and I changed up my line a little bit in the finish line turn, put it up on the bike, and the rest is history. Trucks run good, everything is good, just I screwed up. We'll be there.
Feel confident going into tomorrow, going for that World Championship ring?
Yes, very much. We're going for the ring. I only got one of them. We need another one of them. So I'd like to thank a lot of people that helped me out. Max's tire, like I said, great tire, hooked up awesome on this track tonight, real good. Fleet Pride Green Bay, Lucas Oil, JR Enterprises, Andy Shock Service, All Out Asphalt, ATD Transmission, Charlie, he spots for me too, does a great job. Thank you very much, Charlie, keeping me calm. There's many more. Just thanks everybody. Crew, thanks a lot. Jess, big help. My wife, we work in the shop a lot, so thank you a lot. Mom and Dad, everybody, thanks.
Congratulations, Nick Bing, third place today in Super Stock Truck. Moving on over, second place, Joey Machosik. Joey, a little bit of redemption being back on the podium here at Crandon after how the spring race went.
Yeah, it's just good to be back. After the first race here, I didn't think we'd be here at all, honestly.
Talk about having to hold off Nick there at the end after he went up on the bike. You guys, he was putting the pressure on you there for second place towards the end.
Yeah, no excuses, but I think I got a bad coil or a box going. She was falling on her face every time I clicked third into the backstretch. But no excuses. I knew he was there. Just hold the inside, and hopefully he wasn't going to drive around me on the outside.
Who helped you get here today?
All Safe Fire Equipment, Muskego Crane Service, Yokohama Tires. We ran some new tires out here, and man, they hooked up. Deaver Springs, those guys hooked us up with 3 sets of springs this year. Fast shipped them to us, so thank you to Mark over there.
Congratulations, Joe Machosik, second place today in Super Stock Truck. And on top of the box, first Super Stock Truck win, Scott Belanger. Scott, I know you've been working hard this season. How much does it mean to you to finally get the first win in this class out of the way?
It means a lot. We worked our butts off all year, had always some kind of issue going on, and just amazing feeling finally do it, and actually at Crandon too.
You swept the weekend here in Stock Truck last year on Labor Day weekend. What is it about this weekend that means so much to you? And you're always so fast on this weekend.
It's going to be tough to try and do a repeat of last year. Everybody in this class is fast. It's give or take for anybody at any moment. It's something else.
Who would you like to thank today?
Can't thank my pit crew enough at the shop all the time in this heat working. Brian's always there helping me out. Bob, Zach, always at the shops. All my sponsors, Great Lakes Grading, Quiet Woods RV, Paul J. Georgia, Josh Hain, and Yokohama Tires, the big one. Paul keeps us hooked up with all varieties of tires at all times, and they were right on the money today. They hooked up and digging all the time.
Congratulations, Scott Belanger, your winner today in Super Stock Truck. Let's hear it one more time for the Super Stock Truck podium. Nick Bing in third, Joey Machosik in second, and Scott Belanger with his first career Super Stock Truck win.
Thank you very much, Nolan. Congratulations to Scott Belanger on his first career Super Stock Truck win. Well, we're going pro spec racing coming up next. Don't go anywhere. You're watching AMSOIL Championship Off-Road.
Here we go, Shane. They're going to be side by side climbing the hill.
Greaves had the better run off the high side of Talladega turn, so he'll slide back in front. LeDuc has to go back to the back bumper of Greaves. Once again, he's going to look to the inside at the top as Ziegler can't turn. They make some contact.
Yeah, wheel-to-wheel contact. Kyle's going to have that inside line, but Greaves will have the preferred position on the inside off this jump.
Man, LeDuc just about carried both of those guys all the way down to the K-rail. Now he's going to try to cross him up in turn one and get the inside run.
Wow, great driving by these two drivers. Watch Kyle LeDuc. If I know Kyle LeDuc, he's going to try to set him out outside, inside. Greaves knows it's coming. Look at LeDuc go to the bottom side once again.
He'll pull alongside for a moment. Greaves has the momentum, and Greaves is going to slide back in front of LeDuc as they go into the split lane.
Rocks, sand, heat. Life off-road is tough. We wouldn't have it any other way. If AMSOIL products are designed for this kind of punishment, think about what they can do for your daily driver. Upgrade to AMSOIL protection today and get fast free shipping from AMSOIL.com.
Back to Crandon International Raceway. You see, night has fallen here in northern Wisconsin. We're going pro spec racing next. These are the V6 compact trucks. 4 drivers in the field, but this has been very exciting racing all season long. Our starting grid for this one, Gray Ledbetter from Morganton, North Carolina, starts on the pole. Alongside Gray will be Nick Visser. He's from Summit Lake, Wisconsin. Then in row number 2, yesterday's second fastest qualifier from Tomahawk, Wisconsin, Easton Sleeper. And your top qualifier from Seymour, Wisconsin, Chris Vanden Elzen.
Yeah, there's only 4 trucks, but very competitive trucks in this class. It's a brand new class. Ryan beat Chevrolet behind it 120%, so it's only going to grow. We know a lot of different trucks being built for next year, and Paul Hayward was one of them to try to get out this weekend. Dylan Parsons.
He'll be out next year.
Yeah, it'll get good. It's going to be fun to watch. It's interesting. It's a brand new class, so keep an eye on Gray Ledbetter. She's going to lead them to the green flag.
Right away, she took off, so immediately at that first cone, she's going to jump out to the early race lead over Visser here.
Yeah, look at Easton Sleeper not wasting any time trying to go on the inside of Visser.
Yeah, Sleeper was very close to the top qualifying time of Chris Vanden Elzen in yesterday's qualifying session, so he told us he was going to go for it this weekend. He's kind of been patient, trying to develop himself, really learn the truck, but he's ready to play with the rest of these guys. We talk about how equal the field is. Nick Visser, 4 wins this year. Gray Ledbetter, 3 wins. Chris Vandenelsen, 3 wins. So nobody's running away with this one.
You just hear him dipping in and out of that throttle on our camera.
Yeah, just trying to find that edge where you can get some traction. It's Easton Sleeper leading. He is a 2-time mod kart champ. Made the big jump up into the pro spec trucks, and he's looking very good out front.
Yeah, there's Easton Sleeper doing what he needs to do in that number 13 Mako Tools ride.
Like I said, he put down a really nice qualifying time yesterday, so he's definitely got the speed. You saw him start to turn it up a little bit at Bark River, too. He's battling with Gray Ledbetter for one of the race leads over there. The confidence has been building.
Yeah.
We talk about his confidence and being comfortable in the truck. It takes a long time, and you can attest to this. You've got some limited laps in a pro light. You admit you're still not fully comfortable yet. It takes a long time.
Yeah, you really have to be smart about it. They're not easy to drive. You know, you have to really drive them hard to make them work. These suspensions are set up really, really stiff, so you want these trucks to work. You have to drive them hard. The minute you try to baby these trucks, you're going to go upside down. And unfortunately, yesterday in qualifying in the back 180, I went to go hit the brakes and check up. They went right to the floor, so I went for a little ride and got that out of the way. But hey, you got to give these guys credit. They know what they're doing.
Well, we've got a good battle for the lead developing. Chris Vandenelsen, the top qualifier out of these 4 trucks, starting to catch up to Sleeper. You saw the sparks off of Easton Sleeper's brakes there. That's one more reason I love racing under the lights. Of course, Vandenelsen embracing the culture a little bit, has the neons running in that truck.
Yeah, so cool to be running underneath the lights here in Crandon. Oh, Vandenelsen puts it up on the bicycle, sets it back down. Vandenelsen really coming a long, long way in his driving. He's looking really, really comfortable. That truck just fits him perfectly.
You see Visser still staying in the picture. Ledbetter is just a little bit behind Visser, so she's keeping the pace right now, too. And remember, we'll have a mid-race competition yellow, so everybody will get another fair shake. But man, Easton Sleeper looking very good out front right now. Vandenelsen, like we said, he was top qualifier, and he is unable right now to run down Easton Sleeper. Look at that face full of dirt Vandenelsen just got, too.
Yeah, Vandenelsen really trying to stay on the back bumper of Sleeper. Vandenelsen getting a run out of the gravel pit. Sleeper's still holding on to that top spot. Can't say enough about that kid.
He will lead another lap. You see Visser trying to close that gap between himself and Vandenelsen as they head for the cutoff corner. Visser came into this race leading by 2 points in the championship over Gray Ledbetter. This class will race again for points tomorrow as well as a world championship ring.
So cool hearing those V6 motors, those Chevys just trying to run it off the limiter. Driving it deep in the gravel pit. You see those sparks coming off the front of Easton Sleeper. That's just how heavy the braking is on these trucks.
Uh-oh, there might be some trouble for Vandenelsen. He's off the pace and pulling off to the side of the track.
Yeah, definitely
there's
something wrong.
I can't tell if that's smoke or if the underbody light there is just illuminating some dust, but definitely trouble for Chris Vandenelsen. His day is done.
Yeah, the caution flag's out. We'll have to wait and see. No, that's the mandatory competition caution, the halfway point. So Vandenelsen, there he is in the 66.
Tough break for him. Definitely one of our favorite people back in the pits, that whole team and family. Great group of people, but tough break for Vandenelsen. As you see the points coming into this round 11 race, like I said, Visser had a 2-point lead over Ledbetter, and he actually gained a point by finishing second on that first half run. So 491 to 488 unofficially at this point in the point standings. We talked about the parity. 3 of the 4 drivers have already won. They've split the 12 wins, or 10 wins so far as equally as you can. Ledbetter has 4. Or Visser, excuse me, has 4. Ledbetter and Vandenelsen 3 wins apiece. The only one of the 4 that hasn't won one yet is Sleeper, but he is looking really good.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this is his day. He really just needs to keep focusing forward. He's hitting his marks. The truck's really, really quick.
He's been in this spot so many times in mod kart, though. I mean, sure, the kid's still in high school, but he's been here. He knows how to win races. He knows how to win championships, so I don't think the stress of this moment is going to get to him whatsoever.
No, absolutely not. He's just going to stay calm and try to run his race. Nick Visser has some wins this year, really is confident in that truck, so he'll be ready for this restart. And Gray Ledbetter, she's a heck of a race car driver, so these three vehicles will be fun to watch here in this second half.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if Ledbetter turns up the heat a little bit in the second half. We've seen her get out front and be very dominant at different times this year as well, so she's definitely got it in her and in that Ryan Beat Motorsports Pro Spec truck.
Well, Easton Sleeper going to bring them around for this restart. The ChristianCarsOnline.com pace truck has pulled off. It'll be all Easton Sleeper, Nick Visser, and Gray Ledbetter. Pay attention. Sleeper can take off at any given time, and he does it right on the back side of the jump.
Yeah, that's kind of the preferred way to play it. Every once in a while, you'll see a driver slow plate a little bit. Look at that. Ledbetter with a great jump on that restart. She goes right by Nick Visser, so maybe Ledbetter is bringing the heat a little bit here in the second half. Now you've got the two youngest drivers, both in their teens, out front here in Pro Spec, and now Ledbetter off the pace for a moment.
Yeah, I don't know. Something's wrong with Ledbetter's truck. It looked like something in between the straightaway just wasn't really pulling.
Yeah, it's almost like she missed a shift or something there. Just suddenly fell off the pace just for a couple hundred feet. She's back on the loud pedal now and holding on for dear life over Visser. Yeah, I don't know what happened to Visser on that restart. Ledbetter pretty much just walked right past him.
Yeah, Ledbetter just holding on to that spot. Out front, Easton Sleeper in that 13.
And Ledbetter getting past Visser, that has championship implications, because if they finish second and third where they are on the racetrack now, they'd only be separated by 1 point going into tomorrow's race.
Wow,
and
such
that would,
a tight points chase.
Right, and that would mean whichever of those two drivers finishes ahead of the other one would be your points champion.
Wow, it's going to come down to the final rounds here in Crandon, Wisconsin. There's Nick Visser.
You can't script any more drama than that. You know, we talk about winning championships. Visser is another guy that's obviously been there before. He's won a championship. Oh, big trouble for Sleeper.
Nice save.
Able
by
to
the
set
kid.
it back down, but he lost fire in the truck. Let's see if he can get it fired quick enough. What a tough break for Sleeper. Looks like he's having a hard time getting that truck started back up.
Yeah, it's hard trying to put it back in neutral, get it refired. He put it up on the bicycle. What a heck of a save, but just unfortunately just dogged it out.
It's hard not to root for the kid and how far he's come from Anigo back in round one to where he is now, and he looked to be in control of this one. Like you found out in qualifying in the Pro Light, though, it's easy. You hook an edge a little bit. That can cost you your good run that you had going. As Ledbetter landing a little bit off kilter there as well.
Yeah, Gray Ledbetter really bonsaiing off that flyaway jump, and yeah, you're right. They really like to hook. You have to stay in the throttle. You have to really not baby these trucks. You have to drive them pretty hard. As Ledbetter coming to what will be our finish line jump with about half a minute to go, and still the green flag's out.
Yeah, that'll be 2 laps to go for Gray Ledbetter. So now with Sleeper out of the way, Ledbetter, if she wins this race, her and Visser will be tied going into tomorrow. You can't, how much more drama could you possibly script than having a tie for the points lead coming into the final round? But that's what we're staring at right now. If this result holds up, it'll be white flag out next time past the McCoy finish line. How about it though? Ledbetter was running at the tail end of the field, and then on that restart, it's like she just found another gear.
Yeah, she really did. I don't know. She seemed like she missed a shift going in the gravel pit, but she corrected that. Now her eyes are set on this white flag. It should be coming out this time by, and there it is. Gray Ledbetter, 1 lap to go here in Crandon.
Trying to pick up win number 4 on the season. She was the first woman in Champ Off-Road history to win a pro race. Trying to make history as a female pro champion as well here in 2022. She just has a couple more corners to go. Yeah, it looks like she was off the pace.
Hey, that motor don't sound too in tune right now. I don't know if something's going on with Gray's
Oh, man,
drop.
we might have some high drama here in the final turn.
Did you hear that too, though?
I thought I picked it out as well. Something might not quite be right on that number 28 truck, but she's just got to make it through one more turn here. She's going to play defense down on the bottom, and Gray Ledbetter is going to take the win here in round 11. Visser second, and by my math, that leaves them tied entering tomorrow's round 12 race. So a world championship ring on the line, and then whichever of those two drivers can beat the other one on the track tomorrow will be your Pro Spec champion here in 2022. We'll step aside for a few moments. When we come back, it'll be Brenton Nolan in the booth. And I got to go get suited up for my Class 11 race a little bit later on. So, Brent, best of luck to you the rest of the way out.
Well, have fun, buddy. Make sure you tighten down those belts. You're going to be co-riding.
You
It's
got
gonna
it.
be fun.
I'll be careful and I'll try to have fun. We'll be back after this. This is Amsoil Championship Off-Road.
eBay Motors has parts for new cars, new parts for old cars, and new parts for cars about as old as I am. eBay Motors has 122 million parts. That's insane. And I can order from my phone right under the car. They have all the right parts at the right prices. Now I can go to eBay Motors, find everything I need, and spend the rest of the weekend working on this baby.
Let's ride.
Nitro Rallycross, cars that fly and tracks that thrill, is coming back to Minnesota, October 1st and 2nd. The world's best drivers will strap into Rallycross's fastest new race cars and battle head-to-head at ERX Motor Park in Elk River. Watch American icon Travis Pastrana take his electrifying FC1X up against Formula One legend and champion Jenson Button. Nitro Rallycross delivers 2 full days of extreme racing excitement. For more info, visit nitrorallycross.com.
Some give their weekends. Some devote their entire lives. All we need are the moments of courage, of resilience and ingenuity, devotion, integrity, selflessness and excellence. Full-time, part-time, in or out of uniform. All we need is the best of you. How many moments can you give?
It's your Uncle Cooper. Your SUV is a multi-purpose tool, like a corkscrew fish scaler. And that means your tires should be multi-purpose too. Like these Cooper rugged Treks. They're tough, but also run smooth as butter. And with dual sidewalls, it's like having a multi-tool that can look like a completely different multi-tool. Don't take that idea, by the way. I'm gonna patent it. Go with the Coopers. Cooper!
To the big house, Crandon International Off-Road Raceway. There is your winner, Gray Ledbetter, here this afternoon. We're going to go down trackside with our top 3 finishers. In third from Tomahawk, Wisconsin, the number 13, Easton Sleeper. And in second from Summit Lake, Wisconsin, in the number 80, Nick Visser. And taking your win in the Chevrolet, the number 28, Gray Ledbetter. Another great Pro Spec race. Nolan, take it away, bud.
Thanks, Brent. You're right. A great race indeed. This class is so competitive. Getting a few pictures taken. Sneak on over our third place finisher here, Easton Sleeper. Easton, not the result you wanted, I'm sure, but man, you sure showed the pace out there today. How good did it feel to have that much speed at the big house?
Oh, yeah, it was great. I mean, having so much speed at the big house, I mean, what can I say? Coming up from a mod car to a pro spec is a huge jump, and yeah, we've suffered through some problems throughout the season, but I mean, I love this track. I mean, I grew up at this track, and to go out here and lead majority of the race and then make that one mistake at the end, I mean, it kind of sucks, but I mean, tomorrow's a big race, and you know we're going to be there tomorrow for sure, and you know, I can't wait for tomorrow, and I got to thank all my sponsors, Toyo Tires. They've been working so hard this year and put so much effort in me. Tommy, Frank, Adrian, Dave, everybody from that team, thank you so much. Rod and Supply, he worked on my wrap this weekend, or we wouldn't have that nice wrap on. Macklin Tools, Outboards Bar and Grill, Kanan Filters, ATD Charlie Fireworks, FXR, my whole team. My dad busted his butt throughout this whole year, and I wouldn't be for him, and I got to thank my dad so much, and I love him. Todd LeDuc, Bob Nash, I mean, after that mistake, and we were still catching up to him, I mean, without this luck and my team, I wouldn't be here, and I got to appreciate everything they do for me, and yeah, we'll be back here tomorrow.
Congratulations, Easton Sleeper, third place today in Pro Spec. Moving on over, second place, Nick Visser. Nick, I know you always like to be on the top spot, but a second place today, looking at the bigger picture, going in tomorrow for this points championship, what are we thinking?
Yeah, just happy to salvage what we had. I really didn't have much for these guys tonight. We've been battling some bite issues and just trying to learn some more. We were battling there and went to shift down and it got stuck in fourth gear, and that's just what it was left with. So it was all right down the back stretch, but coming to the corners was a little tough. But just want to thank these guys. It's been a good year of racing. Everybody's putting in so much effort and so much pressure with just four of us. And I just want to thank Chevrolet and Champ for getting this class going, and Ryan Beat for doing this class. And it's going to be a fun class. A lot of people coming into it next year. Next people I want to thank is just all my crew that busts their butts, and family that comes out, and everybody that supports. That's family or friends are all family here. And all you fans that come out here, can't thank you guys enough. Also, Yokohama Tires, Builder Service, Parsons Chevrolet, Bug Tussle, Beta Custom Apparel. Thank you, Vets, Chris and Ambrose team, everybody else that helps us out, all the contingency sponsors, and everybody else that's here. Thank you.
Congratulations, Nick Visser, second place today in Pro Spec. And on top of the box, Gray Ledbetter. Gray, it seemed like you just one at a time picking them off on that one. Was patience the name of the game coming through the field today?
Absolutely. I mean, like I've said all year, this class is all about consistency, and one mistake can be a big deal. And you can see that again tonight, but I don't know, I just try to keep my head down, try to stay calm as much as I can. The pressure is really on coming into these last two rounds. I originally thought we were only going to get one round, so when I heard there was two, I was kind of relieved, but at the same time, it can also be good or worse. So, I don't know, just try to keep calm and do the best I could, and we ended up with the win, and I couldn't be happier, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. But I can't thank everybody who helps me enough, Bill Steen, Chevrolet, Ryan Beat, most importantly, and everybody with them, Dave, who does prodding, my dad especially, Bill Steen, Chevrolet, Toyo Tires, Lucia Goyle, Monster Energy, ReadyWise, probably other people that I've forgotten. Toyo Tires, I don't know if I've said them, my dad, my parents, most especially, National Pediatric Cancer Foundation, and just everyone else who helps me. Thank you.
Congratulations, Gray Ledbetter, your winner today in Pro Spec. Let's hear it one more time for the Pro Spec podium. Easton Sleeper in third, Nick Visser in second, and your winner, Gray Ledbetter.
Thank you very much, Nolan. Congratulations to Gray Ledbetter. Coming up next, we have Super Buggy. You're not going to want to miss it. Don't go anywhere. You're watching AMSOIL Championship Off-Road.
Some give their weekends. Some devote their entire lives. All we need are the moments of courage, of resilience and ingenuity, devotion, integrity, selflessness and excellence. Full-time, part-time, in or out of uniform. All we need is the best of you. How many moments can you give?
Vulture's gonna set up outside. Here comes the Hail Mary in Calamity Corner. He's going to try outside in. Shannon's going to stay down.
He might have it. Here we go, Shane. Side by side. No. Looks like Shannon takes it by a fender.
Tremendous last lap there by Holger, but he's going to fall about 2 feet short of the front bumper of Shannon as they came to the finish line.
Good work. Great work by Holger, just trying everything.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
Yeah, I got that right turn. We're good. Let's meet up at the compound group up. That's turn 4. Oh, that jump was huge. Yeah, for sure, dog. Good little driver and straight on through.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
The miles take their toll on a truck and trailer. That's why we brought together a family of companies to the transportation industry. Blaine Brothers for 24/7 truck, trailer, towing, and mobile service. North American Trailer for 24/7 truck, trailer, tank, towing, and mobile service, including new and used trailer sales. Truck-Align for frame, suspension, and alignment services. Hydraulic Specialty for a deep inventory of pumps, cylinders, and fittings, plus custom hydraulic solutions. One family of companies. Everything you need for the road ahead.
Welcome back to the night racing here in Crandon, Wisconsin. You're watching the 53rd annual race weekend. I'll tell you, this event has been so over the top, just phenomenal work going into this weekend. Polaris, big sponsor on board for this 53rd annual weekend, and we're about to go super buggy racing. 22 cars coming out in front of the crowd. Nolan Castellian still trying to make his way up to the booth. Shane's going in the back to run in a Class 11 car here shortly. As we'll go through our running order, Mark Steinhardt on the pole, then it's Michael Meister in the 94, Billy Booth, Dale Eberts, Mike Kirkham, Michael Hester from Orlando, Florida in the Chevrolet, Ryan Schwabe as well as Larry Jobe. 9 through 22, Corey Fisher, Dave Van Elsen, Kia Graff, Cole Bernier, and we're about to go green flag racing. Steinhardt gonna take him to the green. Here we are. How's it going, buddy?
Good, Brent. How are you doing, man?
Good, good. Here we go. Green flag flies under the lights.
Good start there for Mark Steinhardt, getting into the lead over Meister as they go down into the gravel pit. Meister goes a little bit wide. Looks like he might be looking for an outside-in move.
Yeah, definitely the track looks to be in prime shape. They didn't throw a lot of water down because the moisture stays in the track as we go night racing.
Meister really looking at another outside-in move here. He's really trying to set up Steinhardt, who's running a good line right now, but Meister seems to be a little bit quicker and just looks for a way around.
Yeah, it's really, really challenging. First, you got to get to him, and then you have to think about trying to work your way around. And I call these guys both veterans in the class. Michael Meister, just a phenomenal race car driver. And then Mark Steinhardt, he's been around since, I've been in diapers.
Yeah, you can't say enough about Mark Steinhardt and his experience in these buggy classes, and it really shines through. He ran in the single buggy class forever and moved up to the super buggy a couple years ago, and the experience carried right over. It shows a lot of speed.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so cool to see as local yellow in the ground.
Hard to see what's going on there, but
oh, we got one crossed up. Yeah, red flag is out. They're going to park everyone.
hard to tell on our sheet here who that driver is.
Yeah, I don't know. All right, well, we're going to take a step aside. We'll be back, and we'll figure out who is sideways on the racetrack. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the Super Buggy Division here at AMSOIL Championship Off-Road.
AMSOIL runs on freedom and has since 1972. We changed the industry by formulating the first API-qualified 100% synthetic motor oil. The rest of the market has been trying to follow our lead ever since. But a head start is a head start. We punish our products firsthand in our world-class laboratories and beyond, because some things can't be learned from a test tube. Run with us.
Some give their weekends. Some devote their entire lives. All we need are the moments of courage, of resilience and ingenuity, devotion, integrity, selflessness and excellence. Full-time, part-time, in or out of uniform. All we need is the best of you. How many moments can you give?
The Falcon Wild Peak AT3W all-terrain tire is designed with our proprietary 3D Canyon Sipe technology to resist wear from high torque and provide even more handling stability. For the ultimate off-road grip, get the Falcon Wild Peak AT3W.
Well, fancy seeing this guy here. My broadcast partner, Brent Smith, is going to step out of the booth just momentarily this weekend because he's racing Pro Light, working with John Holster and the gang. So talk to me about the decision to strap back into an off-road truck.
Well, it's been a while since I've been in the seat of an off-road truck. Been running a lot of circle track and that back at home, but always love off-road racing. I've been around it my whole life. Just wanted to get back in the saddle and get to try it out again, and John Holster Racing really put me in a great opportunity to get to drive a Pro Light truck. So here I am at Crandon. We got some testing time at Crandon right after Bark River. Got 4 laps with the truck, so it was really hard to dial it in, but it's good equipment. Been working really hard at it, just watching a lot of video, trying to get my head on straight to run it really, really hard, but yet protect your equipment. So, here we are at Crandon again, and it's cool that I get to strap in the seat of a truck again, because it's been, I can't even think, probably 10, 11 years since I've been in an off-road truck, but run sprint cars back at home and modified cars back at home, so it kind of keeps my driving up in the air. But here, get back in the seat of a Pro Light, it's so cool. You're on the edge, you really have to pick your marks and hit your spots, because you can get in trouble really easy.
Well, I know you are such good friends with not only the Holters, but so many people back in these pits. And not only that, but your brother is back with you as well, Brock Smith, helping work on this machine. So is this triggering many memories from the past and racing together and just the camaraderie of being back on this side of the facility for an event?
Yeah, it's awesome. And my twin brother and I, we've been talking about off-roads our whole life. We've been coming to Crandon since we were 3 years old. So it's just been a really big push to get back into a truck. And the funding, obviously, it's hard to get good funding. But with Holgers, they come through and they asked me if I wanted to drive one of their trucks. And we've talked on and off, and they're giving me a great opportunity. So now that I'm here, it's cool from being in the broadcaster booth to now driving. This is where I always wanted to be. I always wanted to be back in the seat, and they're giving me a great opportunity. I can't thank the Holgers enough. Yokohama Tire. Even Chad at Victory Signs been helping us out, VP Fuels, and just everyone that's come together. Holger Racing, it's not easy. Everybody knows that. But at the same time, I get the opportunity. I'm going to try to do the best I can.
And now I'm equally as excited for you as I am for our friend Nolan Castellian, who's going to be filling in for you in the booth. How excited were you when you found out that he is going to be your temporary replacement as you're out on track, and how do you think he's going to do?
No, he's going to do wonderful. The kid just lives and breathes this sport, just like I do, just like Shane does. So we cover each other. I'm not worried about it. They'll take off where they need to, and I'm excited to get back in the truck, and it kind of bugs me not to be in the booth, but at the same time, I know we got a great group that can pull everything through. So it's going to be really cool for Nolan. At the same time as I get to drive a truck, he gets to get in the booth with Shane and you. So anything can happen at Crandon, and I'm glad that we're getting to do this.
And maybe it's too soon to be asking this, but I gotta know. Can you tease these fans what your plans might be for next season?
I don't know right now. It's all up in the air. I mean, we're getting the opportunity to run the Pro Light this year, but I do have a Pro 2 at home, and just we got a motor now and looking for the transmission and the underdrive for it. We have some things in the works, so we'll see how the off-season goes, and we're going to be pushing hard to try to get into Pro 2 next year.
So that's going to make for a busy off season, but not only that, you're going to be finishing up your sprint car season and the modified as well in your business. So what does an off season look like for Brent Smith?
I don't know. I always try to stay busy. I mean, just mentally, just try to stay focused on what you're doing at the time you're doing it. I mean, sprint cars, modifieds that I'm running up north, I mean, they're fun. Sometimes I get in the car, I'm like, okay, what side the shifter on? Because I just switch car to car. But at the end of the day, you just adapt to what you're in, and I just love the drive. I love the race. I love to be here, and this sport's just over the top, so I'm just glad I get to do it.
Well, again, this is our race analyst for AMSOIL Championship Off-Road, Brent Smith, in the Pro Light this weekend.
All right, so we came up with this idea. I mean, obviously, CJ and I have quite a few older helmets laying around, and we use them more as like decoration in the race shop. But I said, you know what? Let's try something cool. We'll bring it to Crandon. We'll raffle it off, $10 a ticket, and then we're going to put all that purse back into Pro 4. But the way it's going to work is the winner of the raffle will come up at like 4:30, right after the Pro Light race. They're going to pick a number from 4th to 11th, because I don't want the top 3 guys in there, you know, because they're already doing good. 4th place to 11th place, they're going to draw a number, and whatever number, say it's 6, whoever finishes 6th in the Pro 4 race is getting whatever money we raised out of this raffle. Right now, it's looking like it's going to be over $1,000. You know, we just started a little bit ago. We're at like $500–600 already, and it's only Friday, so pretty excited. I mean, it was just something we dreamed up, and I thought, it'd be cool to give back to, you know, there's a lot of guys out there spending a lot of money in Pro 4, and, you know, I appreciate them being here, because without them, we don't have a place to race, right? We need the numbers, so, you know, it's something we can do, you know, to help out our fellow drivers, and we'll see where it goes. I'm pretty excited about it. So, fans can come and get a raffle ticket here at our pit. We're going to be doing it all day Friday, all day Saturday till probably 4 o'clock. And then from there, we're taking the helmet up to the announcer's booth, and Shane's going to, you know, get everybody in, and we're going to pick the number. You have to be present to win, so, and we'll have your phone number, so maybe you don't hear it, we're going to call you right away, and then we're going to need that person up to draw the lucky finisher on who's going to get the pot. Well, so this is one of the vintage Johnny G helmets from probably back in, I'm going to say 2004, when I was knocking out championships nonstop. Can't do that anymore, but you know, it's the real deal. It's a race helmet, AP design, monster, signed by me and CJ. So, you know, I think it'd be a cool trophy for somebody.
The Earth is 70% water and 30% land. But the entire sky belongs to us.
Copy that. Aim higher, man.
Welcome back to Crandon International Off-Road Raceway. I'm Brent Smith alongside Nolan Castellian, and we're under a red flag here for a little bit. Now we're rolling these cars through, so tell everyone what went on.
Yeah, we had a car outside of the gravel pit. We had a bit of an issue. We weren't able, unfortunately, to get a car number or an update or anything on that, but as soon as we get information, we'll pass it along. But right now we're getting ready to roll back into some super buggy racing here with Mark Steinhardt and Michael Meister up front.
Yeah, it's going to get very, very interesting. Mark Steinhardt very quick, but Michael Meister, it seems like Crandon, he opens up another whole list of chores for himself to do, and he usually puts them together very, very well because he is very fast behind that Ponzi ride.
Yeah, still a good points battle, too, between Meister and Steinhardt coming in here. I believe 13 points the gap, and Billy Booth only one back of Steinhardt, so, and they're 1-2-3 right now. So a lot of points implications right now with those guys running up front, and we'll see how it goes as we get back green here.
Yeah, just a lot of sitting around waiting, and you know, it just bugs you. You're sitting, you're ready to go, you get in the flow of things for a couple laps, and then now you have to restart it. Billy Booth, my eyes are set on that kid too. He's been fast all season long. Him and his father have been busting their tail, getting that number 51 up to par.
Yeah, it's weird to call him a rookie, but he's a rookie in this class. We've seen him in the lower buggy divisions forever, but this is his first season with that thing, and he's done a really great job. He learned really quickly and has shown a lot of speed, and he's only 14 points back on Michael Meister for the points lead. I mean, he's got a shot at a championship here in his rookie year.
Yeah, he absolutely does. He's very, very good at what he does. Yeah, it looks like the 972. We'll have to get you a name on that. See it on our list. Oh no, so everything looks to be cleared. ChristianCarsOnline.com pace truck going underneath the Polaris banner. Who's your pick in this one?
Man, I don't know. It's so hard to pick. This class has been so stacked this season, more so than we've ever seen it. I mean, Steinhardt and Meister obviously are your traditional front runners in here, but Mike Hester's always fast. Billy Booth has shown a lot of speed. Dale Everett's won here in the spring. I mean, there's been a lot of parity in this class, and it's good to see. It's as strong as it's been in a few years out here in the Midwest.
Yeah, this class has really definitely became a competitive class. And I mean, I can remember 10, 12 years ago, we had maybe 5, 6 super buggies. So kudos to Champ Off-Road for keeping this division going and keeping it healthy. I mean, this is where the best guys in the business are running super buggy.
Yeah, but I mentioned it's as strong as it's been in the Midwest in years. We've got some fast West Coast guys out there, too.
Oh,
we
for
see
sure.
Matt Brister back in the pack, going to have to work his way through. There's quite a few West Coast guys out here in this class, and they show a lot of speed every time they come out. But we're coming back to green here. Mark Steinhardt leading them to it.
Yeah, Steinhardt not wasting any time. Michael Meister trying to hug it right through the door.
We'll see what Meister does in the, oh, he over-rotates a little bit there. I think Billy Booth is going to get a run on him on the outside, and he does. See what Billy Booth can do going into the gravel pit with Meister. Looks like he's going to try and set up an outside in move possibly.
Yeah, trying to set it up. There's a lot of different lanes through the gravel pit, but that high side's where you want to be to get that run off that flyaway jump. Watch Michael Meister. He's going to try to cut back underneath, but Steinhardt, he's very smart. He knows where he's going.
I've never seen anyone defend against an outside in move as well as Mark Steinhardt. He can run the bottom with that car so well and prevent a move like that from happening. It's really impressive.
Yeah, it really is, Nolan. He really knows how to finesse that throttle, keep it where he wants it to be, but a lot of car setup too. I mean, they've been around a long, long time. Glenn Matthews as well knows how to prep these cars to keep them together, and they work fast. They're very, very fast.
Just as you say that, though, Meister gets to the inside of him going over the skybox jump. Steinhardt's able to hang on. I really think it's a lot of the years of the single buggy racing for Steinhardt that he's able to run that inside the way he does, because that's the fast line with those cars.
Yeah, it really is. Watch as Meister now getting that run on the outside. They're side by side off the flyaway. Boy, he had to check up. Oh, what did Steinhardt hit?
He ran over something. Couldn't see what it was, but something flew off the car. Everything seems to be okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it was a rock or something. The caution flag comes out that time by the mandatory caution. We're already at the halfway point of this one.
And this is important, too, because that's 2 bonus points for Steinhardt for leading it halfway, so he gets 1 point closer to Meister. Only a 12-point gap now. As you see right there on our screen coming into it, he had a 13-point lead. That's trimmed down to 12 as Steinhardt gained 2 points for leading it halfway, Meister gaining 1. As we look down the rest of our list there, Dale Eberts in 4th in points, having a great season, and Mike Kirkham had a win here not too long ago in this class. Just in the last round, actually, round 10 at Bark River, he picked up a win.
Yeah, very, very competitive class. There is our points, but Michael Meister just needs to be right there. But Steinhardt, hey, he's at Crandon. Everybody wants to win here. If you want to win one, you want to win it here. And they've won multiple races, all these top 3 guys.
Especially, we've been talking a lot about Steinhardt, but it's because he's got more world championship rings from Crandon than he has fingers. We talk a lot about it for a reason when we race at Crandon. He's very, very fast here.
Yeah, we'll see how this restart treats Hester and all the other guys. It's cool to see Matt Brister coming out all the way from the West Coast. Was fortunate enough to get the call. A lot of his races growing up the last 3, 4, 5 years.
He showed a tremendous amount of speed here last season. I think he led most of the World Cup day on Sunday last season in the Pro Buggy class, and really a great race car driver. Has run multiple classes out west, and he brings this Super Buggy here and does so well with it.
Yeah, he dabbled in Pro Light for quite a while there. It'd be nice to see him back in a truck someday. As we're about ready to go back, green flag racing. You look at our time clock up in the left-hand corner, about 2 minutes and 50 seconds left in this one, and that clock goes down pretty quick.
It sure does. We'll get a few more laps in than we normally would at Crandon, being on the short track, so that 2 minutes and 40 seconds means more than it normally would in the big track, but Faye Stetsny gives him the green, and we're back underway. Great restart from Billy Booth, looking on the outside of Meister into the barn turn, now going to try and sneak underneath him on exit.
Yeah, we'll have to see the run. He gets off that top. They both stayed down on the bottom. Here comes Meister, who's going to outbrake one another.
Steinhardt gets it rotated really nice into that corner. Doesn't look like Meister is going to able to gain anything on him through there. Your top 3 are our top 3 in points. These guys are all battling for a championship this weekend. Meister gets a run to the outside now on Steinhardt in Calamity Corner. Coming to the finish line, they make contact a couple times.
Some contact over that finish line jump. Here comes Billy Booth now to mess with the top 2.
That contact in these open wheel cars really upsets them, and it allows a guy like Billy Booth to sneak into the picture when that happens.
Yeah, Billy Booth just playing possum. If he sees these guys knocking each other's doors off, he's just going to play back and just chill out until he can get the right moment to make a pass.
And I wonder if after that contact, Michael Meister's not going to just settle in a little bit here. He knows if he runs behind Mark, he's not going to lose enough points to him to lose his championship. He's a smart race car driver. He knows that he doesn't need to risk anything here, and he can just play it safe.
Yeah, I don't know. He's trying to go for this lead right now. But yeah, he's a smart race car driver. Look at this.
Same spot again, almost more contact.
Trying to make room. Just ran out of real estate on exit. Mark Steinhardt still up front.
Man, Meister's all over the back of him. I think Meister's quicker at this point, but he's just got to find that right line around him.
Yeah, he's trying to widen out that barn turn. He's going to try to get this run on exit. We'll see the speed heading into the gravel pit. He flies off that jump. Here we go.
He's going to have the inside coming into the gravel pit now. We'll see what he does with it. Goes for the slide job. Can Steinhardt cross over and sneak back under? No. Oh, we had one of the Pro R cars around there on the inside. Steinhardt had to check up.
Yeah, wow. That was kind of scary there. I don't know if it's Andy Ives.
I think that might have been Jack Letourneau in a Pro R this season, for the first time this season.
Yeah, Chance Hallgren as well is in a Pro R. As we go back up towards the front, look at this, Michael Meister.
He's taking over lead. Now Billy Booth is putting the pressure on Mark Steinhardt for that number 2 spot. They're going to get the white flag when they come around this time as our clock has expired.
Wow, flying off that jump. Steinhardt under the lights here in Crandon. Such a beautiful evening so far.
Coming into a local caution zone here in the gravel pit. Everybody sneaks by on the bottom, and we're back to racing.
Steinhardt still holding on to that spot. Look at all that smoke. I don't know if that's coming out of Michael Meister's car. I don't think so. That Ponzi 94, the red plate, meaning he won the championship last year, Nolan, and that kid, he's a phenomenal race car driver. I want to see him move up the ranks now because he really knows what he's doing.
Absolutely. He does a great job in these cars, and really these super buggy cars are one of the hardest cars in our series to drive. A lot of horsepower to weight ratio here, and all of the rear wheels, manual transmissions. These things are difficult to drive.
Yeah, handbrake, the whole 9 yards. They really are a cool car. I've never driven one, but I can imagine that open wheel, that balance, they're so wide. That wheelbase is sometimes wider than a Pro 4 truck.
Yeah, they're difficult to drive, but Michael Meister sure makes it look easy as he comes into the final corner here, staring at the checkered flag.
Yeah, Michael Meister's going to get the job done at his hometown track this afternoon. Steiny will come in second, Billy Booth third, and Michael Hester will round out your top four. Larry Jobe in that 07, a nice top 5 run as well.
Yeah, great run for him. We saw Michael Meister on our camera there slapping his hands together as he came across the finish line. This was a big win for him.
Well, we're going to step aside here for a few moments, and we're going to go down to the podium with our top 3 finishers right after this. You're watching AMSOIL Championship Off-Road.
AMSOIL runs on freedom and has since 1972. We changed the industry by formulating the first API-qualified 100% synthetic motor oil. The rest of the market has been trying to follow our lead ever since. But a head start is a head start. We punish our products firsthand in our world-class laboratories and beyond. Because some things can't be learned from a test tube. Run with us.
Some give their weekends. Some devote their entire lives. All we need are the moments of courage, of resilience and ingenuity, devotion, integrity, selflessness and excellence. Full-time, part-time, in or out of uniform. All we need is the best of you. How many moments can you give?
Yeah, I got that right turn. We're good.
Meet up at the Crandon Group F.
I turn 4. Oh, that jump was huge. Yeah, for sure, dog. Good little driver and straight on through.
It's your Uncle Cooper. Your SUV is a multi-purpose tool, like a corkscrew fish scaler. And that means your tires should be multi-purpose too. Like these Cooper rugged Treks. They're tough, but also run smooth as butter. And with dual sidewalls, it's like having a multi-tool that can look like a completely different multi-tool. Don't take that idea, by the way. I'm gonna patent it. Go with the Coopers. Cooper!
Welcome back to the beautiful Crandon, Wisconsin, Crandon International Off-Road Raceway. We're going to go down trackside with our top 3 finishers in Super Buggy. In third, the number 51, Billy Booth. Taking second, runner-up, the number 31, Mark Steinhardt. And taking the win in the number 94 Ponzi back ride, Michael Meister. Well, Nolan, another great race in Super Buggy. Glad you made it down there, buddy.
Thanks, Brent. I'm a little out of breath, but I made it. Billy Booth actually beat me to the podium, so he's faster than one guy out here today. We'll go talk with him. Billy, third place finish today. Another great run for you in Super Buggy here, and going into the last round tomorrow, you kept these two close in the points. They were able to pull away a little bit, but with this many cars this weekend, anything can happen tomorrow.
Yeah, anything can happen. I knew when Mike drew that too that it was going to take something. You know, they don't make mistakes, and it was going to take one, which was rare. But they got together a couple times. I'm like, oh, let's go, and they held on. But no, it was a good run. That track was super fast, super rough. I was bottoming out over every jump, and starting to have to lift a little bit. And I had a little altercation in the gravel pit. Having all those restarts, having to do Delaware first time this year. You mentioned all the 20 cars we have, so a ton of fun. Got to make a couple changes for tomorrow. Otherwise, that car is going to be bent if I keep doing that. So, but anyway, I had a lot of fun tonight, and racing under lights is pretty cool.
Who would you like to thank today, Billy?
Yeah, a lot of people. Mitchell Miller's Tear-Offs, Altera Machine Tool, Champion Race Oil. We have a ton of people along this weekend. I think Mom's feeding 30 people tomorrow. Cy, Jeremy, Zach, Scott, everybody else is helping out, helped me strap in. We had Sean Springstrode, Colin Wickman, and Noah down in the hot pits helping out with the championship on the line. So it's a big thanks to Champ, Crandon. Really enjoy this weekend, and got a long night ahead of us, but well worth it, I would say.
Congratulations, Billy Booth. Third place today in Super Buggy. Moving on over to second place, Mark Steinhardt. Mark, a great run for you. Led early, led it halfway, gained a point there, but lost a few back when Michael got around you.
Yeah, unfortunately, I needed to beat him, so I knew it was going to be a challenge. We started side by side, and then with those restarts, I thought, well, maybe I'll be able to hold him off. But he's aggressive, and he makes good moves, so it's hard to keep him behind you. You really got to be on your toes, think you're protecting the lines that you should be protecting, and he makes another one work. So hats off to him. He drove a hell of a race. But good times, good race. Track was excellent. Got to thank everybody that helps me out. Alamode, Wash Smart, Laundry Lobby, Tony at Argonne Lumber, Kristen from Kristen Ambo's team, Rhinelander Fastenal, Todd's Automotive, Glenn, Jacob, Margene, everybody that helps me get up here. Can't do it without them. Let's see what happens tomorrow.
Anything can happen with this many cars. Mark Steinhardt, second place today in Super Buggy. And on top of the box, points leader, defending champion, Michael Meister. Michael, this close championship battle, you had to be ahead of him in order to keep a decent points lead going in tomorrow. You're able to do that. Talk about how you got around him.
Yeah, for sure. This is a fun night race. We've done this the last few years. But yeah, luckily, all three of us, pulling the invert all through the year. And it's either like a 6, 8, or 10. And, yesterday I was able to pull 2. So we started up front, and God, that made it a lot easier. But, it was parts where Mark was a little quicker. And there was parts where I was a little quicker, but, some of the jumps were a little sketchy, landing sideways and whatnot. But, there's a lot of grip and moisture in the track right now, and it's a fun time. Glad to put on a show for everybody. And we'll look forward to tomorrow now.
What's the game plan going in tomorrow with the points lead you have, roughly 15, 16 points, and as many cars as we have?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be, there's not, 15 points isn't a whole lot. I mean, something bad can happen. I know that from last year, so... a bad mistake, and you can drop a lot of spots. So it's just going to be trying to stay clean, and I guess we'll see what the invert gets pulled to. But normal land rush, fun times tomorrow ahead.
Who would you like to thank quickly?
I gotta thank my fiance Caitlin, Brad for keeping me safe on the track out there tonight, and my dad, my Aunt Janine, and Ponce North America, Michael Meister Logging, Fastlane Woodworks, the Bubbler guys down here, Bubbler, Pepsi Boys, everybody. Thank you very much, Hobbytown Revolution Raceway, the track, everybody putting it on. Thank you.
Congratulations, Michael Meister, your winner in Super Buggy.
Thank you very much, Nolan. We're going to go racing here with the Class 11s, and I have some special people up in the booth here this afternoon. Ken Stout, what's up, buddy? How are you doing?
Am I on? I am.
Oh,
I hear
yeah,
myself.
you're
Yeah. Don't make me nervous, man. Great to be here, of course. Back at the big house. This is Fall Crandon. Doesn't get any better than this for sure. And we're about to bring out this class that debuted here a year ago, Class 11. If you've not seen it before, I promise you, you're in for a treat. They came out here, we're like, a bunch of VWs is going to come out here and race. But, they've been racing these things for, better than I do, upwards of 46 years is my understanding. They, and there's so many of these things. I think they're actually running out of them. But I think it was 1955. They reached the 1 millionth VW, and then they opened up a plant in Mexico, and they reached that milestone again. I forget what the year was, but they sold another million down in Mexico, and they ran them up till 2003, which I had no idea. And they stopped in the States, I think, in the 70s or something like that. So it's amazing how many of these bugs were made. But the cool part, and you can expand on this, is that these things, aside from safety, obviously, are bone stock.
Well, I mean, you're running up floor bars. They're pretty much a race car with a bug body, but as far as suspension, all that, it's stock, just 2-inch shocks, properly valved.
So are they allowed aftermarket dampers? Because I want to say
yeah, but there's no external bypass. It's just a solid shock, 2-inch.
Again, safety. I mean, I want to make sure the guys are
full
safe.
Full roll cage. Everybody's running intercoms.
Proper fuel cells.
Yes,
that type
fuel
of
cell.
stuff.
Everything the same. Yep.
But the cars themselves are steel.
Yes,
There's
sir.
no fiberglass there. They're
fiberglass.
Still running drum brakes. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, go 100 miles and then see what happens. You got no brakes.
You get in there with that adjuster. Remember that, Brady? You do the adjuster and the clicker. Back it up and pump the brakes so we can adjust the brakes, right?
Right.
Great stuff, man.
Hope they're there every
Great
time.
stuff. And they come out here and they wheel these things, man. They have a blast with them. I promise you, ladies and gentlemen, you're in for a treat.
Well, and then today's kind of unique because yesterday they did practice, and they're having pro drivers, Pro 2, Pro 4 guys jumping in with them today to run the first, I believe, 6 laps. And then they're going to swap spots, and the pro driver is going to drive the other 4 laps. I talked to all the pro drivers yesterday. They had a real good time. But R.J. Anderson, by far, was the Keegan was really happy. He was excited. But R.J. Anderson was just giving hugs, and he couldn't believe it. He was like, I cannot. He said that was the funnest thing he's ever driven. So,
R.J. Anderson is that guy, right? Congratulations
yeah.
to him, by the way, on the new Polaris dealership. But he's that guy. He does crazy, wacky stuff all the time. He fits the mold for sure. But yeah, looking down through the Pro-Am list, I mean, Mickey Thomas. He's in the hunt for the championship Pro 2. I mean, documented racer, UTV, Pro Light, and Pro 2, a winner. There's one more, matter of fact, I think, than anybody else in Pro 2 this year. Andrew Carlson, another UTV guy, Pro 4. Keegan Kincaid, last year's Cup winner inside of one of these. R.J. Anderson, a 2-time back-to-back Cup winner before that, right? Kyle Cheney, another outstanding Turbo UTV champion there, and also in Pro 4. Tanner Faust, are you kidding me? I mean, listen to this pro lineup. Doug Matag, Dave Mason Jr., Corey Winter, just a couple points out again. Missed the championship by 1 point last year, right? So, I mean, Jarrett Brooks, who's leading in the points in Pro 2. Brock Hager, multi-time champ, UTVs, Pro Lights. I mean, Ricky G, Larry Job. Great to have Larry Job. It's so cool to see Larry Job back out here and competing in Super Buggy, Pro Buggy, whatever you like to call it. But that is a who's list in the pro lineup, dude.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be good. These guys are going to duke it out right now.
It's so awesome to see, though. It's something different. Last year when I seen it at Crandon, Shane and I were having a blast as they're going to come into turn
Here
1
they come.
and already.
Ryan Rodriguez up in front. Cisco right next to him. See who pulls it. Cisco and Ryan going to duke it out. Coming in the first turn.
Oh, wow.
Oh, man. Oh, Ryan's over.
Man, a big barrel roll right there.
Unbelievable. Caught a rut right after the barn jump, and that's not where you want to get crossed up, Ken.
Yeah, I think there was some contact there that helped him out, sent him offline, had to try to correct it. You're right, got in a loam out there, bit the sidewall of those things, of course, a skinny tire, and he went for a big ride.
What a bummer.
So cool. Actually, my co-host partner, Shane Stetsny's in the 1102.
Is he?
He's co-riding, so he got out of the booth earlier.
You're in a pro light, he's in a class 11. That's awesome. Well, that's a shame that happened right off the get-go, and obviously very fast guy. I think a couple of fast guys. I saw another one go way off to the outside as well.
Ryan's a hot shot for sure. He's a hot rod out there. What a bummer.
So give us a heads up. We call it a Pro-Am and referencing these guys as amateurs, but in all honesty, they really aren't. There's a number of guys in here that are extremely talented, and quite possibly lap times will be faster than the pros.
Yeah, I would guess that because we're used to running drum brakes. You know, those guys know the lines, so we're learning off them. As what I heard yesterday, the guys go, man, the guy knew how to throw the lines, they know how to groove the tires, which we don't. You know, we just try to eyeball, kind of guess, and hope for the best. Try to keep inertia, keep your speed going, you know, stay out of the fluff.
Yeah, we call it like in kart racing, there's junior can, you know, the Yamaha 100s, and it's all about mid-corner speed. You know that all too well in the open wheel racing that you do as well, Brent, and that's what it's all about. We see the safety crew out there immediately, and best in the business out here at Crandon, by the way. I call them silent heroes all the time. They're right there when you need them. You never hear from them until you need them, and boom, there they are. But getting that one turned back over, that's a good sign.
Noah Johnson's off course. Dustin Gabrowski's pulled over there. Hopefully they're okay.
So who are some of the guys that we need to watch here? I know Blake Wilkie, certainly one of the big names in the field.
You got Cisco Bio, he won it last year. Greg Shapiro, he's out there in the 1142. Greg's a hot rod. He's wild, man. You got Donnie Donovan, 1107. Donnie's wild, you know. He's in the blue car. Rick Boyer, 1167. Rick's been racing like 30, 40 years. He's 67 years old. And
he's old as a car?
He's tough as nails, man. Rick's like an old school raster, you know. He's, I mean, everybody out there, I mean, everybody's going to go for it, you know. There's money. John McMurrin, 1122. He's racing with an actual veteran from Crandon in the car right now. He's part of Veterans Racing Alliance, so they're all about getting vets, helping them race, teaching them to become a professional co-driver, helping them pit, you know. Other race teams, they're just, you know, you got Mark Duche with Warrior Built. They're out there, another veteran group,
So expand on that a little bit, because it's something that we're seeing something a little different than what the fans have seen all weekend long so far, in the fact that they do put two people inside of these cars from time to time.
Yes, you have to run two people all the time, yes. And a lot of guys look for the skinniest guy, right? Weight is everything in these cars. Yeah, right? Yeah.
We're not going to get one of these, Ken?
No, I can't even get one, I don't think. I don't know.
Hey, the pro light's pretty tight, too, buddy.
They just slid me down in there, and then I was good, man. If I crashed, I wasn't going anywhere.
He's stuck in the truck.
Yeah, right. You got John Jones out there, 1158. Is it 1158? John Jones, I'm sorry. 1131, I'm sorry. He's at the blue and orange bug. It's a 58 swing axle oval. I mean, I believe it's 56 maybe. I'm sorry.
A swing axle oval, explain.
Well, it's an old car. It's a swing axle. Most of the cars are newer. They had an IRS rear end, like a buggy, I guess you'd say. Swing axle, so it's got a solid axle. The tires kind of curve in. You know, it's a little bit different driving style.
So
for sure.
Positive camber instead of negative. That's not a good thing out here today.
No.
Yeah.
But his car's
Do they know that?
Yeah.
You run what you buy. So what I got to work with, man.
It's a beautiful car. You get a chance to look at it. I mean, John, that's what he does. He restores Volkswagens. So I mean,
you know
really
what? I'm
nice.
impressed here. Look at the first two cars, Fox, Impact. Right off the bat, and I'm not sure what it says there on the third one,
Wilkie.
but legitimate sponsorship.
Yes.
This class has taken off. It has grown so quickly here. It's had a resurgence, if you will, and it's really expanded. It's bigger here this year than last year, but the sponsors are climbing on board.
Yeah, we've been fortunate. I've been fortunate. Things are changing, you know, but yeah, there's a lot of people have curiosity. They want to know, and you know, anybody can familiarize themselves with the bug, right? I mean, you go anywhere and everybody's happy, right? I mean, that's a Volkswagen. Looks like Skittles out there, right?
Yeah, right. The other thing that I heard is some of the aftermarket manufacturers are getting involved. Like they were running out of the steel wheels, or they're getting fast enough that the steel wheels were failing. So now we're getting real race wheels on these vehicles.
Mobile Wagon, yeah. Mobile Wagon started building these aftermarket wheels, stock profile. Amazing. I mean, I had a flat at the Mint. I drove 5 miles on a flat, didn't break a bead. Great wheels. they're helping the event, I believe. Great company.
So that's great. Not only is it safety, but it allows these guys to finish a race, and they're advancing. They're getting faster and faster, and as they go faster, they jump higher, they jump farther. You know, Brent, as well, you're stressing all these parts that never were designed for this type of stress.
Right, absolutely. You take them off the barn jump, you take them off the Polaris flyaway. It's not the same like you're in a Pro 2, Pro 4 truck, or even a Pro Light.
Driving in the city street.
Yeah.
Right. Well, like a lot of the pro drivers yesterday said, how do you steer in that thing? It's got a stock box.
Green flag flies. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, a restart here, and they fan out a little bit. Kind of single file here, but a much better start here, if you will.
You got Cisco up front, Greg and Wilkie, and Donnie Donovan.
Yeah, Wilkie trying to run that inside now, going in the gravel pit. So cool to watch these cars.
Oh, Donnie's a wild man.
And how about the cars with the headlights? You got to love it. A lot of steam out of the back of that. Looks like they're in fourth place, possibly Eric Reinhardt with some steam coming out of the back of that one. Mike Steele? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So cool, like you said, Ken, to have Impact involved with this class. They built me a beautiful fire suit for this weekend, put it all together with John Holter Racing, and they do phenomenal work. And it's so cool to see them coming back into this sport.
And Ben is here.
There you go, Donnie and Greg Shapiro going for it.
Yeah, 1776 right there. That is Eric Reinhardt, just made that pass. So did a nice job there.
Very good, looking good out there.
I'm just overwhelmed how these cars get through these turns and that they work pretty well. And like I said earlier, Corey Vandermark, Shane Stetsny, he's in that 1102, and he was all nervous before he left, Ken. He's like, oh, man, I don't know. I'm like, just take a deep breath and take those straps and just tighten them down a little bit more.
He's going to come out so excited. He's going to be loving it.
Well, and that's the thing. They come out, no matter where, you might be racing for 20th, but somebody's racing for 19th with you, you know, and you come out and you laugh and you shake hands and you embrace, and, man, you just made a memory together, and that's what it's all about. There's a lot of family action going on out here as well. That's what the series is really all about.
Yeah, and so like Class 11, we're like, I hear it said a lot, like the old school racers. We all help each other. Somebody needs a part. We all share. We're all there to help each other, change a motor, trans, whatever, you know.
Michael Steele there, the 1133, the gold and black car, and he is just behind the 1142 of Greg Shapiro.
Yeah, Mike's
Greg Shapiro
good
on that yellow impact car.
Mike's looking good out there. He's got a little bit of smoke coming out of his car. It's got to be concerning.
And Brett, you understand this all too well. I mean, and as do you. I mean, racing these things, again, it's all about carrying that corner speed, right? And you're on that skinny tire. Imagine how easy it is to get that thing up on the bike.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've been in a Pro Light now, and those things like to bike it up quick.
Sure.
But I can't imagine the wheelbase. I mean, they're not very heavy of a car. So,
my
yeah,
point
you really
is
have to
the
finesse.
skill, right?
Yeah,
the skill. I mean,
yes.
these guys, it might be a slower car. That doesn't mean they don't possess the skill.
No, you have to drive them the way they need to be driven. And I'm telling you, like, everybody can say, I can do that. But you know, Ken, you got to do it.
It looks easy from out here because they're not going 100 miles an hour. I promise you, they're getting everything out of it they can.
Oh, yeah. These guys, earlier this year, we had Larry Rosser in my car, and, you know, Mr.
Really?
Brawlhawk.
Absolutely. Love Larry.
He was so impressed. They go, man, he's an old guy. I don't know. Man, Larry's a
monster.
And he loved it. You know, he thought it was really good.
Yeah, let me see people do what Larry's done on a motorcycle down at Baja. I mean, just time and time again. He's proved he's very worthy. Hall of Famer for sure. Had a good look at Cisco Bio, by the way, there for a little bit, the number 1118. He's been out front here since this restart, having a great run. And right there behind him, Blake Wilkie. We were talking about Blake. I mean, solid player. Had him on the stage up there during the parade a little bit earlier today. Another guy that's super passionate about it has come on board here, has become very fast. Ex-comp, the number 1157, talking about Blake right there in that black car. And he's trying to chase down Cisco Bio. You've got to pick away at it, man. These cars aren't balled up with speed and power, so you have to be perfect in every turn.
Yeah, absolutely. You really do have to be perfect. You can tell just by driving them. Like you say, it's not all about the big speed to go through the gravel pit, to go through this little chicane, this 180 here. You can't blow through that turn. You get in that loamy soil. You know, it's just like a buggy. You get down into that dirt, and it just takes every little bit of power you have.
And he's closing the gap here. It looked like he lost a little bit right there. He had closed up some 2 or 3 car lengths, and something happened right there. Talk to me about the transmission. Are they stock transmission? They're still pulling a lever?
Full stock, 4-speed, stock transmission.
So I wonder if he missed a shift there for a moment, you know? But now he's closed back up on him.
Oh, there he goes, pulling the inside line.
Wow, he's driving the wheels off that car. So fun to watch Wilkie drive deep into the gravel pit.
Yeah, I really thought it was going to hurt him on exit, but you know, Brent, it really did not hurt him that bad on exit. He chopped off the entry, changed up his line. I figured he would lose all of his momentum. He's doing it again right here, but he's managed to hang on exit, believe it or not. I think he might have bumped the wall right there, but he's up beside him.
Lost a little speed right there coming through that too tight.
There's that mandatory competition caution, the halfway point of this one. And, man, Wilkie looks really, really fast, but Bio is leading the way.
So I believe right now they're going to pull him out. Are they going to pull him out right now? Right now where they're going to do the swap
right
for
in
the
the
Pro-Am?
right in front of the crowd, I believe. I was talking to Blake earlier and Corey Winter. They said they were going to make that change right in front. So we'll have to keep an eye on this. Where it's going to get interesting.
Yeah, so we're going to put a bunch of madmen inside of these things now.
They're not a Pro 2. They're not a Pro 4. Come on, guys.
And it's not their car.
That might be scary, though.
They have no fear to start off with, and it's not their car. So, yeah, this could be a recipe for disaster. It's going to be a lot of fun for us to watch, though. So from what we understand, a 5-minute segment here to allow these guys to make the change.
Yeah.
Get the AMs out. And I hate calling them AMs because they're really not. Let's get the owners out, the current drivers out of these cars, and put the big dogs, the pros in.
Right, and some of them are just going to swap spots. You know, you see Cisco and Tanner right now. They're going to swap. Wilkie and Jared Brooks, they're going to swap. I believe Reinhardt, I believe he has an Ultra 4 driver, Matt Walhaven, riding with him.
See Jared Brooks climbing in over there.
There you go.
Look at that, man. Two guys, the two drivers that were just battling there, first and second, Bio and Wilkie over there. Wilkie walked up to him, gave him a quick hug, said, man, great race so far. So look at those two guys. I believe, is that Tanner Faust that's climbing in with Cisco Bio?
Yes. Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, it looked like his fire suit there, his helmet. So Tanner Faust is going to inherit the lead here. And plenty of pressure from Cisco Bio saying, hey, dude, don't screw this deal up, right? I mean, I got you here.
Cisco's a fierce competitor,
It's going to be your fault.
Absolutely. I'm taking that one to the bank no matter what happens. We either win or it's your fault.
Yeah, I see Shane Stetson. He's getting out of the 1102, so I can't wait to talk to him and see how he liked that ride.
Oh, he's going to be ecstatic.
And you know, it's a class. I mean, think about this, ladies and gentlemen. If you've ever wanted to get into short course off-road racing or desert racing, whatever the case may be, this is a great class to do it. However, I mean, it has become more expensive because the cars are competitive, but it's still an entry level in terms of finances. Think about grabbing this car, building it with your son or your daughter, and going out and then racing it. It requires two people, as you said, inside of the cockpit. This is something you go and share and make memories with your family. It's what it's all about, and it's affordable.
Yeah. I mean, the prices are going up, right, as time goes up. Parts are getting harder to find, but, you know, and then competitive, right? So we're getting more competitive, so things get more expensive, you know, because we're trying to get more high-tech, you know.
Right,
I mean, they're still basic, right? But, I mean, motors have gone up as far as everything else, you know, but.
Look at Doug Matag. He's looking like, what car do I get in?
Anybody got a car for me?
Any, mini,
I've got a helmet here, man.
Is my name on the list?
So he'll be in with Noah Johnson.
And Matag, a great guy, of course. Matag, a fabricator himself. There's not much that guy can't do with cut, grind, and weld when it comes to that. So we'll get him in there behind the wheel. Talk about a guy that has really shown speed, has been at the top of the field, has also suffered some of the biggest heartbreak coming to the last turn of the last lap of a cup race and have the truck fail on him and watch just staring at the finish line and a $30,000 check slip away. So he's seen the highs and lows out here. Matag's a great dude, always has a smile on his face.
Yeah, him and his father, they really know how to fabricate, and they just keep going at it. I mean, he built that Pro 2 truck in less than 60 days.
Right.
I don't care who you are.
Right.
I mean, you're not sleeping very much. And plus, to think that bright every time you go work on that truck with only minimal sleep, I mean, you know, Ken, you've been around this sport forever. It's not easy to put one of these masterpieces together.
Yeah, and you wonder, you see them come out, you know, maybe they struggle a little bit. You wonder, you know, is the truck good? You know, when you rush a build like that. But eventually he did what he always does, man. He finds his way up to the podium, and for sure it's another quality build out of the Matag group.
So it looks like some of the cars have fallen out. I haven't seen, I don't see the Gabrowskis. I don't see Noah Johnson out there. I don't see Rick Boyer. Oh, maybe Rick's right there. There's Rick walking at us right there.
Yeah, I'm surprised some of the drivers have gotten out. I see him walking away. So, I mean, Do they not have to ride with the pros?
So,
maybe they don't want to ride
Yeah,
with the
so
pros.
I believe they have the opportunity to put another co-driver in. Somebody else as a co-driver.
Okay, so they have that option to put another co-driver in. Okay.
Yeah,
Ken, there's a spot open, buddy.
Yeah, and there's a lot of right side weight. This is left turn track.
There's a lot of steps we'd have to go down to.
Air up the right side tires. Spring up on the right side, man.
Yeah.
Stout's getting in.
Turn the torsions on the right, huh? That's funny.
Too far.
Yeah, I wish. And look at that one's got a luggage rack on the top.
Yeah, that's Donnie Donovan and
Drive that
Eric
thing
Reinhardt.
home.
Yeah, and we actually drove it back from the parade. It's got license plates and everything. I mean, my car at home, I have tags and plates for it. Same thing. I just need a windshield, you know.
The fans absolutely love these things, man. They eat them up. And, you know, we were at the parade, and they started up all the Class 11 cars that got in line. The crowd went crazy. It was amazing.
How'd that go today now?
How do you not love the bugs? By the way, I don't remember what the proper terminology is for what they called the car in Mexico, Voyo or something like that.
Bocho.
Yeah, and that stands for bug.
Yeah.
That's where the name came from, you know, for bug. So yeah. That's how it came about. Of course, Love Bug. We all know Love Bug, right?
Right,
I grew up with that movie.
Herbie, yeah, same thing.
Herbie. Yeah, the history on the car is nothing short of exceptional.
And they're so simple, you know. These guys are running stock arms, you know, front and rear. You get the rear, you get to modify. The front, you don't get to modify. Stock spindles, you figure 50-year-old spindles, 50-year-old steering box. I mean, you know.
So are there any manufacturers that that are remanufacturing some of these parts to spec?
I believe MP's building arms right now. Rear arms, I don't know of any rear arms that are built. Remanufactured. Everything, you got to find it. I believe there's steering boxes. There was another company. I don't know. I just try to find parts, people with parts in the backyard.
Think about a steering box, dude. I mean, trying to come up with you hurt one of those. Try to.
You might want to take a couple trips around Rhinelander and Crandon.
Yeah,
maybe somebody has one out
there
in the
you
back
go.
40.
Well, look for the tall grass.
yeah. Very good. That's pretty much what you do. You know?
Yeah, that's
Mexico. You go to Mexico because I built them for so long. There's none. They've been raced. They race these things all the time, everywhere. You know.
Yeah, I was so surprised to see that the final run was, I believe it was 2003. So I mean, but now we're still talking 19 years ago, right? I'm coming up on 20 years ago. So I mean, a lot of those
junior.
cars, but trying to find them. Yeah, were you born yet, dude?
I was a junior in high school.
Junior high school.
Wow. I'm pretty old now. Catching it, Ken.
So, well, let's see what goes on here. Tanner's up front. Jared Brooks in second. Reinhardt.
Yeah, see who's with Reinhardt here. They give us no lights up here. They're really testing my vision.
Well, Reinhardt has the Ultra 4 driver. I believe Mark.
So he'd be good in the
Wellhaven.
rock garden.
Yeah, there you go. Please don't take the car through the rock garden.
Yeah, I don't think that thing would make it through there.
You know, you'd be surprised stuff those things do. They'll climb a tree, man.
They'll climb a tree.
Shapiro with Brock Hager behind the wheel.
Yeah, Brock.
Talk about a natural.
He put down the fastest lap yesterday, I believe. Brock Hager did.
I mean, somebody needs to put that kid in a Pro 4, a Pro 2. We've been saying it for years. One of the most naturally gifted drivers to ever get behind the wheel of anything out here. You put him out in the desert, he's excelled there. You put him in the UTVs, excels there. Put him in a Pro Light, excels there. I mean, and honestly, like a lot of times the truck isn't all that.
No.
But, man, he drives around it. I mean, he just gets the good out of everything that is given to him. He's just such a natural. He feels the speed. He knows what the vehicle's doing. He knows how to adjust to it. So I'm really curious. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me a bit to see him go around a couple of guys.
Yeah, Brock Hager, he knows how to drive. And that's funny you said that. I was giving him a hard time yesterday. I'm like, when are you going to step up, buddy? He's like, I love the Pro Light class. You have to drive it on the edge. And in qualifying, he went over the lap before I went over, and I gave him a hard time, and I'm like, well, don't worry, bud. I went over right after you, and I said, well, you went over soft. I was like, maybe you weren't going in hard enough. He's like, hey, I got her back together, and I only qualified second, he says. I'm like, oh, tough break.
I would say that's good company. I mean, if you flipped and then somebody makes fun of you, you say, well, Hager flipped. I mean, we're going for it, dude.
So you got Dave Mason back there in the red demo car, 1162, with Steve Fredericks. I'm curious to see how these guys, I mean,
Andrew Carlson. Dave Mason a turn and break, he'll be wicked.
Yeah, right. Andrew Carlson
coming back to green. Here we go. With Tanner Faust out front, and Tanner gets a great start. Who was that? Jared Brooks that was right behind him. Looks like he might have missed a gear right there, because he lost a spot.
Yeah, Brock Hager's on it. Here comes Cheney. Andrew Carlson back there making moves. Jared Brooks hucking the car.
I'm lost now. We need time in the scoring to update us with new names.
I was waiting for that too, Ken.
Yeah, I don't think we're
so
getting
you
that.
got Tanner Faust. You got Brock Hager second and third.
Yeah, so Brock Hager already picking his way forward here.
Got Andrew Carlson right there in the red-white American flag car, the Veterans Racing Alliance, 1122. He's looking good. He just passed Wilkie, so that would be Jared Brooks. See how this holds.
Yeah, Brooks doing what Brooks does. He make a little stumble, and then all of a sudden finds his groove and right back in front.
Yeah, there he is. He made it. Carlson ain't going to let it go, though. I mean, he's going to push.
So cool to see the lights on here at Crandon International Off-Road Raceway. Ken, you've been coming here for a long, long time, and it makes things look so much better, so fast. I love to watch Pro 2, Pro 4.
No night racing for me at this place. I mean, this is cool. I've not seen this, so. And the track looks fabulous. The investment here to get the lighting the way it is, to place the lighting where it needs to be so it's not blinding the drivers. No easy task, man. And this place, it looks beautiful like everything else they do.
Yeah, Cliff Flannery and the guys really know how to put together a race facility. I've been coming here since I was 3 years old, haven't missed a race weekend. I mean, sometimes I dream of missing a Crandon, and I'm like, get up, and I'm like all teary-eyed going, did I really miss Crandon? You know, that'd be horrible.
My first time out here, I'm blown away. It's amazing. It's like heaven, you know, just racing for 4 days or 3 days.
Well, Ken, we're on the final lap. That time by.
Oh, already?
Yeah, already 9
So
out of
Tanner
10.
Faust still hanging on here.
Hager's on and right after him.
Hager's coming after you. Yeah, Hager will pressure him, man. I don't count Hager out of this one, man. Here he comes, man. Look at him roll that turn. Already taking a look at the outside. Faust putting a lot of pressure on the right front, but here comes Hager, and Hager rolling some big speed in, lifts up the inside tires. Talk about hanging one out on the edge. He's never been in one of these things, and he knows right where the edge is. What a feel he has, man. Unbelievable.
Yeah, he's a phenomenal driver, like you said. He knows how to wheel anything. He can drive a shopping cart.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I was wondering if he was going to put a bumper on him right there, but he chose not to do so.
Faust ain't letting him go. Yeah, he's pushing.
White flag out.
Here he goes. Got one lap to get him.
One more run like that, and he might get around the outside of him. Went to the outside. Looks like he might try to go outside in here and get a run on him.
He's coming on the inside. See how it goes.
Yeah, he'll set it up. He knows he has the gravel pit. That kid knows how to drive in deep into the corners, so pay attention.
Putting a lot of
On
pressure.
Hager. Here he comes on the outside on the fly-off jump.
Yeah, he got a big run right here 1 lap ago. He's going to do the same thing. It should just drive right around the outside of him, man.
See if it sticks, man. He got him.
And he takes the line. Look at him fill the line down on the inside. Check it up. Much calmer than last time through there. Faust coming back at him.
Almost making contact.
Hats off to these guys driving these cars this hard. This is why they're called pros, man. I mean, a hop inside of one of these things, push it to the edge, right off the bat in the span of a couple of laps. And they've driven away from the field. Checkered flag, go down. Faust right there, side by side. Here we go.
Wow.
What a finish. Hager with the big win.
Amazing race.
Impact on board, going to be very, very happy.
Yeah, Ben's doing somersaults right now. I just saw him. He was down in the bar downstairs a minute ago. He's having a drink, watching stuff on TV, and I guarantee you he is happy right now.
Oh, that's amazing, man. It's amazing Crandon does this, you know, this unique deal, you know, putting the pros in the cars. And
was this a pretty good payday, too, wasn't it?
Yeah, I believe, I'm not sure what it was, but I know that Gravel Kings put in to get the cars out here. You know, so they brought the cars out. They were the sponsor. I believe the first place is $3,500.
There you go.
And then I set of wheels from Mobile Wagon. Then I seen the trophy this morning. Marty showed me the trophy. I'll leave it for you guys to watch.
Shane's the only guy that loves me. Turn the lights on, I can read now.
Second place is $1,000. Third place, $500.
Hey, man, we got to get Shane. Hey, Shane, you can have my mic, man. Tell me what it was like, dude.
Hey, I got to tell you, I went from extremely anxious to 100% calm by the time we hit the barn jump on lap 1. That was, man, it's a dream come true in a way. I've never been on the racetrack at World Championship weekend as part of a race, it was a surreal moment down in the driver's meeting, too. I'm down there in my race suit, and I'm standing next to, like, Egan Kincaid, Kyle Chaney. They're suited up. I'm like, this is weird, man. I'm about to be on the track at the, in the same event as these guys. Very surreal.
Yeah, that's so cool, man. It's cool you got that experience out there. And does it make you want to try to drive one now, or what?
Absolutely. if you can handle a Pro Light, I can handle a Class 11.
So what was your thoughts? I mean,
Man, it was so much fun. I mean, like I said, I got to be on the racetrack World Championship weekend. I get to do it again on Sunday. I was nervous about how they'd land. I found out they're actually a pretty comfortable ride. So
it's not as rough as it looks, huh?
Absolutely not.
Everybody's always scared. You need to go faster. Yeah. Everybody's always scared. They're so rough,
I was pushing the imaginary pedal on my side of the car, but it wouldn't make it go any quicker.
Very good. Great race. I'm very very grateful for you guys letting me be up here, call the race with you guys. Paul and the guys, my friends racing. Very honored.
Yeah, super cool.
Thank you so much.
Well, there you see all the victory celebrations going on down there.
So it's Greg Shapiro and Jared Brooks. They pulled first. Cisco Bio and Greg Shapiro and Brock Hager pulled first. They got them right at the end. You got Cisco Bio and Tanner Faust second. Blake Wilkie and Jared Brooks came in third. Good race, man. I mean, all the guys did excellent, but the first two guys, Jared Brooks and
Brock Hager, yeah.
Brock Hager, I'm sorry, excuse me. Tanner Faust and Brock Hager. I'm sorry, I got confused there for a second.
I got to give some love, though, to the guy that finished fourth on that second half run. Worked his way up from about 9th or 10th to 4th. Corey Winter jumping in the car I jumped out of.
Hey, Ken and I were talking about the weight. I mean, did he put a smaller guy in?
Easy.
And I don't know if
I tried to slim down for this weekend.
Ryan Rodriguez and Keegan Kincaid went for a tumble right out the beginning.
I missed it. I mean, by the time we got up to it, we were just kind of everybody going left and right. So I didn't know Keegan was in there. Certainly, I hope he's all right. But I didn't see any medical staff down there at all. It looked like all track safety crew.
Cars are built stout. They're built to roll. I mean, in that case, it's a race car with a bug body. I mean, that's what I like to say because most people just think it's a funny little bug. There's a lot more to it.
Yeah, they're making their way up to the podium, our final podium of the night. But remember, tomorrow afternoon, in the morning, we start. What's the start time? I believe tomorrow. I think 10 o'clock. We'll look at our sheet here. At 9 a.m., we're going to start. So a full day of racing. You're not going to want to miss it.
Yeah, great job. Thanks for the help, dude. We don't know anybody.
You see those nice custom trophies down there. You see the track promoter, Marty Fiolka, part of the celebration.
All right, we're going to go down with Nolan Castellian with our top 3 finishers. A bunch of guys down there as well.
Thanks, Brent. We'll come over and chat with our third place finishers, Blake Wilkie and Jared Brooks. We'll talk and then you can stand. Guys, talk about how much fun that was. Blake setting up the first half of the race, knowing you need to get in a good spot to get Jarrett in this thing to finish it off.
Yeah, it was super fun just trying to figure out the course and how much traction we had and where the car could slide, the line selection. Yesterday was muddy, so we only got 2 laps. So coming into it today, it was a whole new learning curve with the setup that we had. And car's fast. I'm excited for Sunday and handed it over to him and had a couple shifter issues, so I was shifting for him the second half of the race. So yeah, we were a duo.
And Jared, you got to do a lot of battling once you got into that thing. How much fun was it?
Yeah, for sure. Thank you to Blake Wilkie for letting me drive this thing. But dude, this dude was an animal behind the wheel and really got us into the position where I could get in it. And man, these things are actually a lot harder than they look. Trying to shift these things, you really got to be perfect on the shifts. And I really struggle. That's really something I need to figure out. But man, this is a really cool event. And thank you to Crandon for putting this on. Thank you to these Class 11 guys for coming out, making the trek. And man, dude, P3, perfect.
Blake, any sponsors on this car you'd like to thank?
Gravel Kings put up the money to get us out here, so big shout out to Gravel Kings. Ryan Rodriguez, who rolled in first corner. He actually transported 12 of these Class 11s here. So I got to give him mad props to him and his dad, Chip, for making the haul to get our cars out here and make it easy for us. I hope Ryan and Keegan are okay. That was pretty heavy. Yeah, and then everyone right out front of us, Rigid, showed up and had our lights owning the night. So everyone else right here, blast on my chest. You guys are with me till we die.
Congratulations, Blake Wilkie and Jared Brooks, 3rd place in the Class 11s. 2nd place, the team of Cisco Bio and Tanner Faust. Cisco, you had that thing on rails in the first half running up front. It looked like a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, lots of fun. This is our 2nd year coming back, and I just really want to thank everyone that's put this together with Marty and Ryan for allowing us to come back.
And Tanner, you got in that thing. You've driven a lot of race cars in your life, but how about a Volkswagen Beetle at Crandon?
I mean, I never thought I'd do that. I'm wearing a Volkswagen logo on my suit, so I thought I could represent. There's Cisco, brings it in the lead, and I lose it on the last lap. I feel terrible for him, but holy crap, that was fun. We could actually, the cars are quiet enough. You could hear the crowd going crazy. Last lap pass, I mean, it was a great show, but tons of fun. And you're just reaming second gear in those things the whole way. Flat over every jump, just hanging on. It's like you move the steering wheel, but nothing really happens. There's just like so much play and everything compared to like the truck. So great experience. Thank you so much, Cisco, for letting me lose for you. But yeah, good times.
Cisco, any sponsors on that car you'd like to thank?
Yeah, I just want to thank Fox, Rugged Radios, Jimenez Racing Engines, Palapa Boy Racing, Yantera Guerrero also, Prep, and Tanner brought her along Yokohama, and the tires worked great.
Congratulations, Cisco Bio and Tanner Faust bringing it in 2nd place. Our winners, the team of Greg Shapiro and Brock Hager. Greg, talk about what your plan was in that first half of the race, knowing that you were going to hand it off to Brock in the second half.
Well, normally we're desert racers, and you always want to hand off your co-driver a really, really good car at the second half, so I was just trying to keep it the top 5 and let the doctor go to work.
And Brock, we've seen you winning everything on these short course tracks. Pro lights, pro stock side-by-sides, and now Class 11s. What'd you think?
Yeah, no, it was a good time. I got to give it up to him, obviously, for letting me do it, and he gave me a good car. I got a good start, got Jared off the start, and then, I was just trying to get Tanner. So I was able to get a run on that last lap and make it happen, and here we are.
I know they tell a lot of kids to dream big, but did you ever think you'd battle Tanner Faust in a Class 11 at Crandon, or is that just surreal?
Yeah, no chance. I would have thought I maybe would have battled him in Pro 2 one day, but here we are racing Class 11s, and hopefully we put on a good show for everyone.
Greg, any sponsors on this car you'd like to thank?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Without a doubt, Jimenez Racing Engines for giving me the power, Dave Foltz Trans for putting that power through the transmission, BFG Tires for putting it to the ground, and without a doubt, my title sponsor, Impact Safety, for keeping us safe.
Congratulations. Let's hear it one more time for the Class 11 podium. Blake Wilkie and Jared Brooks in 3rd, Cisco Bio and Tanner Faust in 2nd, and Greg Shapiro and Brock Hager bringing home the win.
Well, great job, Nolan, and great job to all the race car drivers here this evening and early this afternoon. Shane, man, we get to do it all over again, but it's the final rounds. It is round 12 of AMSOIL Championship Off-Road.
Absolutely. Today, I think, was another banner day for Champ Off-Road. Some great racing action. Already got one champion decided in stock truck. We're going to decide all the rest of the Sportsman and Pro Champions tomorrow. Sportsman World Championship rings on the line as well. I cannot wait. I love off-road racing.
Shane, fresh out of the seat in Class 11. It's going to be a good one. You're not going to want to miss the rest of the weekend here in Crandon. For Nolan Castellian, Haley Shanley, Shane Stetsny, I'm Brent Smith. We'll see you next time here at AMSOIL Championship Off-Road. Good night, everyone.